We will begin the upper bracket finals between Fnatic Onyx Philippines and Falcons AP brand. Two epic rivals as top 2 seed teams battle it out for the first slot in the grand finals and a ticket to the M6 World Championship. This is chemistry versus a champion synergy. And later on in the day, the journey of those in the lower bracket continues. The stars have aligned, and fate has brought us here. Blacklist International and Aurora MLBB. Loyalty versus royalty. Two epic rivals destined to eliminate each other. This is the moment it was always meant to be. Simulan na ang bakbakan. Eto na ang ating epic showdown. Casters, pasok!
Coming at you live from the MPL Arena in Greenton Hotel in Makati City, from the heart of Metro Manila, Philippines. At your service, my name is Leo. Here with Naisu, coming at you with playoffs weekend featuring epic rivals. We're opening up with the upper bracket finals that slot the M6 secured tonight.
Tonight it is. Tonight is going to be full of just amazing games. Hopefully both series all go in the distance, I hope at this point, because we know later also one of those teams have to go home, but Leo, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what unfolds here.
Smack that right in the middle. We're also handing out our Alamat Awards. So if you cast your vote, you want to see that pay off, stay tuned because tonight is going to be a jam-packed night of MLBB esports action, world-class action at that. Real quick, let's recap exactly what went down. You saw a little bit in that video package of what happened yesterday. A 3-2 slobber knocker between Falcons AP Bread and Blacks International, back-to-back with a sweep by Fnatic Onyx over Aurora. Naisu, seems like Fnatic Onyx had something to do that night.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, number one, they got the new record. What was it, 934? Something like that? I know
exactly 934.
934.
You called the match.
Fast, yeah. I just I heard a couple numbers thrown around, and I had to go back and
You would assume to be
remember it.
bald man called the match.
Where is he, by the way? Where is Ingon? I'm sure you guys watching the English stream. You didn't forget what he promised the audience. So I don't know. We'll see him maybe later tomorrow or so. But yeah, here's the bracket. This is how things unfolded, especially yesterday.
That's right. Today, we come to a precipice. One team moves forward, the other dropped to the lower bracket. We're opening up with Fnatic Onyx Philippines versus Falcons AP Bren, and then we're closing with a heartbreaker. One of these teams go home. The Northern Lights versus the Code Breakers. It's the newest team on the block versus the ever consistent underdogs. Is it safe to say that Blacklist are still underdogs?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. You know, they're still underdogs, but I mean, even for Aurora, I feel like both those teams, it's so special for even the audiences there that are supporting those teams because I think they both made massive improvements going into what they did in the regular season, what they showed there, and where they are now here for the playoffs. And now it's do or die for them, you know. And with FCAP and FNOC, this is just the battle of the Titans we've seen before in the regular season. So it's gonna be amazing, man.
I'm sure our panel has a lot to share. The analysts over at the Infinix Game Tambayan, we have Renmar Santa Cruz and Rockhart to break it down.
Welcome everybody, this is the Infinix Game Tambayan. I'm Rockhart and this is Renmar Santa Cruz. And we are here in the MPL arena for day number 3 of the MPL Philippines Season 14 playoffs. And of course, this is of course brought to you by the Infinix GT20 Pro, the official training phone of the MPL Philippines Season 14. Woo! We are in for a treat, boys and girls here. You know what? We got some Titans walking around the arena. We got underdogs. We got all kinds of stories that you want from any esports battle. And we're going to bring it to you live right now.
Yeah, I can't believe we're already here on this third day. It feels like time flies so fast, but we've had some of the longest playoff series that we've had in recent memory. We've already been treated to 2 5-game series, and those 2 5-game series went some pretty long games for each and every one of them. We saw one yesterday, but now finally we're going to be seeing who our first M6 World Championship representative will be.
That's right. We had the longest games and the shortest games, by the way, 9 minutes and 34 seconds. FNOC feels like they can do no wrong, to be honest here. And yes, you are correct. One team will be booking their slot for M6. Get those tickets early. They'll probably save maybe 10-20%. And we'll I don't know how,
for sure.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I know there's still some promos going on, so go ahead and check that out.
And there you go. And of course, Infinix GT20 Pro is the one they're using. If you are interested, of course, check out the Infinix. And of course, we also have the Infinix booth here where they can probably give it a test run.
Yeah.
Something you can try out. And that's happening all here at the Green Sun Hotel in Makati in the Philippines. Whew, we are in for a treat. And of course, a big shout as well to all the people watching and students from Central Philippine University. They're also having some watch parties. West Visayas State University, they're up on Festive Walk Mall for the MPL Beach Watch Party. So go ahead and drop by if you are in the area. It's all free, and all you need to do is register with Moondon and slbh.org/MPL Watch Fest. So if you want to hold your own, but then again, we mentioned yesterday, any party that any viewing party with 3 people, that's a watch party already. You guys watching with your friends, you guys watching with your family, it's already a watch party for us. And of course, if you just want to have fun with other students, what the people from Central Philippine University are doing, and from Iloilo Science and Technology University, West Visayas State University, go ahead. Call your classmates, call everyone to GC, tag them, and make sure that all of them are tuned in.
Yeah, there's a party all over the Philippines for MPL Philippines, but I also know I've been seeing some people post or talk about how they've set up their own mini watch parties in other parts of the world, where there are a lot of Filipinos in California, Riyadh. So we're going worldwide for MPL Philippines. Those are the unofficial watch parties. As you mentioned, just 3 people, I guess that's already a watch party.
I mean, that's what we used to do, right? Way before all this, way before, MLB got super duper big. We used to watch parties like that. But enough about that. Let's talk about the teams that are stepping up right now to bat. It is, of course, FNOC. All-time MPL PH and M Series stats are going to introduce their greatness for sure. my goodness, FNOC can do no wrong. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like they can just take anyone, face him, and King Kong's gonna yell at them right here.
Onyx Philippines has been here since season 4. And ever since then, this is their total all-time MPL Philippines stats. Their highest placing was in 2nd place. Season 4, Season 5, and Season 8. Seems to be just always short of getting that championship title. That might actually change this season. We shall see. But for the M Series, they've also played in 2 M Series with a win-loss record of 6 and 4 matches, 13 and 10 in games. Their highest placing also 2nd place. What has always haunted Fnatic Onyx Philippines, or Onyx Philippines, whatever era they went through,
Right.
that I guess they were just 2nd best. This is the season that might actually end that curse.
It's so uncanny, right? That this organization, regardless of who's playing, we got VYs up on season 4, Kyrie on season 5, and of course Monster Anarchy all the way on season 10.
Yeah.
Always so close, always on the precipice. And of course, this is a season that might actually change that. But of course, for the Bees, they're stepping towards becoming greater than ever. They have been on the world tour for the last maybe 2 years now, I guess.
Yeah, almost.
And they've been taking heads and listing names.
Yeah, they're starting to run out of heads, and a lot more names are coming up, so they're going to be taking more of that. Whatever name that they were known by with the multiple eras that they went through, the Haze era, the Few era, the Champion era, World Tour, but now as the Titans in their new era. They will go up against the Sonics, the Super Family, coming from a country where we put a lot of focus and importance towards our family.
Right.
That is actually the recipe to take down a Titan. This is their all-time records on your screen.
That's right. Game win loss right now is looking pretty tight. If you can see that, they are neck and neck. There's no like complete total dominance here. That also happened with the win loss score for this franchise era, which is 15-16 and 7-7. So regardless of who's playing, it feels like it's just the name, you know, Renmar? The name just speaks for itself. Possibly the biggest unofficial rivals here in MPL Philippines.
Yeah, I am actually stunned to see this, that I didn't know that all throughout the pre-franchise and now the franchise era of MPL Philippines, it's just so close. That's how epic actually the history of Fnatic Onyx Philippines and Falcons AP Brent, a rivalry that you mentioned, might have flown under the radar of many. But Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they dominated this regular season. Falcons AP Brent has only won 1 game against Fnatic Onyx Philippines this season. That if you think about it, that closeness was mostly achieved through the results of Fnatic Onyx Philippines against Falcons AP Brent this season alone.
That's right. And again, results always just speak for themselves, regardless of what happened like 2 years or 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right? What matters is now. Right now, on pure stats, does feel like Fnatic Onyx Philippines just might run away with this. But then again, this is the problem. All of our expectations all throughout the playoffs feels like it's on topsy-turvy. Except, I think FNOC's been the most consistent in terms of
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx Philippines so far has been the team that has met the expectations. If you support Fnatic Onyx Philippines, there was that whole narrative that, oh, FNOC, there always is going to be the quick exit out of the playoffs. But no, they simply dominated Aurora yesterday. While Falcons AP Brent, the defending M5 World Champions, the second placers of last season's Grand Finals, they struggled against a Blacklist International that surprised a lot of us. So if you're looking at it from a Falcons AP Brent fan perspective, this is looking tough for the Bees, man. Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they're built diff this season, and we can't deny it anymore.
That's right. It's just so tough to put into your mind that the M5 World Champions are possibly next on the chopping block here against, you know,
Oh, that's where you put it.
Super fan.
There we go. Oh, hey, we have one each.
We have one each.
There we go.
And I would say that it's odd. Because first, we already have our champions, our current MPL Philippines champions who exited on day 1. And now, what if they do that same thing right now? Obviously, they're not exiting right now, but
they'll exit the upper bracket
yeah.
go down.
But it feels like a different world now, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like it's an FNOC world, and we're just living in it.
Yeah. Again, coming from this guy, if Fnatic Onyx Philippines simply dominates Falcons AP Brand here, I mean, I'm the one to always say that expecting unexpected. But it's safe to expect that they might actually end the season as champions. Like an 80% chance. If they simply dominate, sweep Falcons AP Brand here, it would be difficult to see a scenario where Fnatic Onyx Philippines loses the Grand Finals.
Actually, if you're talking about win rate, they're close to 90, right? So you can just add that up and make it a 90% chance that they're probably going to be the ones to take it.
Yeah, again, and you could even make that argument that the reason why they didn't go 14-0 in this season is because they sort of like moshed themselves in the foot.
That's right. They moshed themselves in the foot.
Right in the foot.
Anyway, and we saw why not also smiling when that happened. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, right? But for all of that, by the way, we do have the Alamat Awards, like Ramon mentioned, happening later today. Sorry, that's later. And that's happening after match number 1. So stay tuned for that, guys. But for everyone who's watching right now, we need to get that keyboard up. Who do you think is going to be the winner of this matchup? We can only say so much here from the panel area.
Yeah.
We want your opinion on who's going to win. Is it FNOC right now, or will a Titan emerge here as Falcons AP Brand?
Rockhard, I think we've discussed our predictions beforehand,
Yep.
so I think it's time to do the thing.
Do the thing.
It hurts, but
This is our prediction right now.
Yep.
Right here.
that's our predictions for this matchup. Would you guys?
It's kind of tough because honestly, I just the only thing keeping me together for this one is the heart of the champion.
Yeah.
They've been at it for so long. They've been in here for so many times. I know what else to say.
Yeah, the pre-playoffs prediction that I released, this is the scenario we find ourselves in. I said that Falcons AP Brand would take down Fnatic Onyx Philippines down to the lower bracket, and Falcons AP Brand would make it through M6 first. But after what I saw from both of these two teams yesterday, I just instantly had that feeling of, I think it's Fnatic Onyx Philippines who's gonna book their M6 stage first. So, as much as it hurts, they'll always be in my heart. They'll always be my bias.
Your analyst brain is just on overdrive right now, right?
Yeah.
From what you saw yesterday.
My analyst brain just says, Coach Jeb. Coach Jeb.
Sorry, who?
Coach Jeb.
Coach Jeb.
That may or may not
Yeah.
be me. Not actually affiliated with Fnatic Onyx.
You don't know. You don't know, guys. You don't know. You can only guess.
Dude, it's tough. Like, and I even see like the community reactions. Like, there's a lot of Falcons AP Brand fans on my page.
Yeah.
Even they themselves are like telling me, "Yo, we're nervous for Falcons AP Brand."
Yeah.
Even they are acknowledging.
They admit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're admitting it. They're acknowledging the potential new tribal chief of the Philippines.
It's tough, man.
The new Daptus.
Scores speak for themselves. Bases broken speak for themselves. It's hard to really put a counter on that one.
Yeah.
But then again, guys, let us know how your rationale on why you voted. We're gonna read some of your YouTube comments, your Facebook comments later on, and maybe you guys watching on TikToks, and everyone on the watch parties, our ultra, mega, our nano, our home watch parties. Let us know.
That's a lot of categories.
That's a lot of categories. A lot of streamers.
Yeah.
So many streamers. 1 billion watch hours for MPL. Bro.
Oh yeah,
That's
thank
a
you,
lot of
by the
people.
way. Thanks, y'all. We love you for that.
And we are about to head into the draft in just a bit. But of course, before that, we have to wait for them. Our players. Of course, I mean, a lot of people have been like commending Miles on his first performance. I was actually kind of hoping. We're gonna have to wait and see if we're gonna get surprised. But judging from the performance, obviously, I think that FNOC will still stick with their main 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any Spider Miles fans out there or watching out, but can't wait. But for Falcons AP Brand, are you even wondering? They're gonna go for it full blast on this one. And we are walking into the stage here for the first match of the play between FNOC and FCAP. Here is your community face-off.
It's time for the face-off. Representing Fnatic Onyx Philippines, the Sonics. Representing Falcons AP Brand, the Bees. Ito ang palag ng madla. Para sa Falcons AP Brand, ano ang palag mo?
Di mo ba nakikita? Kami mga beast na overpower namin kayo.
Para sa Fnatic
championship, kami naman yung susunod!
Palat!
Eh paano kayo susunod? Pangatlo na namin to eh.
Paalala ko lang sa'yo, yung regular season, hindi makaisa yung team mo sa team ko.
Sige! Isa pa!
Bago mo sabihin yan, mag-champion muna kayo.
Hindi na kailangan sabihin nga dahil kami na dito magka-champion this season.
Palag kung palag! Fist bump! They have dominated everyone else and made a mark. Let's see who will reign supreme. It's time to ignite the battlefield.
Who will be our first M6 representatives? This is the match that will tell the tale. Introducing our marshals, Joshua G, Chico, Patrick, and Will Burt. It's the fourth on the road towards the grand finals or to fight another day at the lower bracket. This is a match between the top two seeds in the EXP lane. For Fnatic Onyx Philippines, it's Kurt. For Falcons AP brand, Flap Cici. In the jungle, the Sky King Kong versus Kyle TJ. Then in the mid lane, a mage god in the making, Super Prince versus the idol of the world, Few. For the Roamers, making a name for himself this season, it's Brusco versus the Master, Ogwen. In the gold lane, the gold standard, Kelra versus the bulletproof, Super Marco. And their coaches, Coach Why Not and Coach Ducky. Only one of these two teams will book their M6 slot today!
There is! We got our two teams, all clad in yellow, making their way on the stage. Fnatic Onyx Philippines definitely looking like the team to beat, not just in the regular season, but also here in the playoffs.
No, Rockar, there was an interesting stat line that shocked me. There is one man here who has an undefeated record with 10 uses of a specific hero, Brusco. 10-0 with the Tigreal, man.
We're gonna have to keep our eyes on that one. We'll see if the Falcons AP brand's eyes are sharper, as their name suggests, and keeping their enemies in check. It definitely feels like it's gonna be on the draft where they will most likely take control first.
And then in the draft, for sure, that is where we're going to see it. Brusco, 10 unique heroes for smashing.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
But sometimes you just really got to
Welcome,
strength to make the
guys,
most out of it. That's
to
what King Kong
my
and Fnatic Onyx Philippines has been doing.
Not just
stream
both,
channel.
they also kind of mirror themselves here
Today,
on the team head-to-head.
we'll
in
watch
terms of how they are powerful in
semi-final upper bracket
even the first blood
from
neck and neck.
MPL
And the big
Philippines.
difference here probably is tower taking.
Yes,
Lots of
Fnatic Onyx Philippines versus Falcon AP brand.
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx Philippines have the highest tower damage in the league, but
In the season,
enough, Falcons AP
Fnatic
brand
Onyx
take that
Philippines
towers faster with tower
has secured
damage per minute, the #1
champion regular season.
regard.
So it's like two stats.
Yeah, it's like two different stats.
It's two different stats, right? The amount of power
And
you
they-
take, the damage you put on the tower, and the speed in
Yeah.
which you take it.
My setup with Falcon AP brand to go to
Of course, the center of the
final
map.
upper bracket.
How you get towers is with
And let's see
rotation, super
who
freeze and few.
is Philippine represented for M6.
Will be willing to give his low yi to him. I have a suggestion. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Karena lineup utama ya ini dari Onyx Philippines.
Super Prince is going to control that map, and Lo Yi is just one of the tools that he uses to go to the back line and make it hard for FCAP to actually keep control.
Going at the roamers.
Dengan King Kong dari jungler bertemu dengan Cici.
The wider hero pool. But maybe jack of all trades roamers struggle a little bit this season, while the roamers who have spent a significant amount of time spamming one hero throughout the season have actually fared better. But who is the matchup we're really looking for?
This
man?
is the matchup, bro. This is the matchup we have to see. How hard can Super Marco take down? How easy or how hard or difficult can Super Marco do against Kelra, who is not the shiniest, not the
Fanny,
flashiest, but the
Suyo
most consistent goal laner right now.
can be
And surprisingly, this is the season where two of Kelra's most played heroes
their
are actually
favorite
Iris
heroes.
and Ruby.
Julian,
Non-traditional
it's
marksmen.
okay.
His record with the marksman, carry 100%.
Link maybe for
100%,
speed
so
push,
with the Claude.
etc.
So you kind of just have to wonder what kind of guns are can be used here by FNOC, and of course for the jungle matchup, both very proficient Fanny players who usually just outright take wins through that through that jungle. And now here are the Infinix keys to victory. As for FNOC, we mentioned about how fast they take towers, how fast they take control. Don't take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, as Indonesians would say, gas, bang, gas, just go for it.
Gas,
They're
gas.
high-tempo jugglers. The
Yes.
ones who can clear fast, the ones who can burst quickly, who has those
Join lagu ya.
level 4 power spikes, just go ahead and take it. Fanny, Haiii, Nolan, Julian, Suyo, fight for that. Continue exhibiting adjustments, Falcons AP brand. Adjustments has been the theme of their season. Continue showing that. While for both of them, eyes on your opponent before the prize. Don't think about M6. Don't think about the championship. Think about who's in front of you right now. Take it.
Tapi masih bisa ini ya, masih
One
bisa
game at a time.
ada kesempatan lah kalau misalkan di upper bracket tuh
And despite
siapapun nanti yang menang bakal masuk langsung ke
I mean,
final
make it easy for your team
upper bracket,
to
kemudian
prove your worth to just
misalkan kalah
again,
mereka masih bisa turun ke
road
final
championship.
lower bracket.
At this point, we're
Bakal
gonna
ketemu
have to
lagi
wait
tuh
for the
antara
priority here, and
ya,
no
Blacklist,
surprises,
Aurora,
like we mentioned before the game
bakal
started,
ketemu yang menang bakal ketemu yang kalah dari
every
match
time
ini,
FNOC is on
kemudian
their side, and 83% if
bisa
they
maju lagi
get
untuk bertemu
their sides.
siapa yang menang di match ini di final upper bracket guys.
They pick which side they're going to be going to. But of course, as the team that only lost a couple of games and one series throughout the regular season, no surprise there. Let's see how Onyx will start the tempo in the draft.
Yes, this draft is going to be so crucial once we get into the junglers, I think. That's like the big question, because so far in the playoffs, the team that kind of gets forced on the junglers like Julian,
Okay, here we go. Drafting pace match.
Are actually the teams that fall through.
Match pertama, game pertama.
Kind of just have to struggle.
Yeah, 100% man. And I like the respect coming out here first from Falcons AP brand. Yeah.
Dari AP Print juga respect ya sama Loyi-nya.
For Fnatic Onyx Philippines might actually be the one to give the Loyi to you in the later
Siapa kemarin?
But for Fnatic Onyx Philippines, good batting as well. They take away the Harith from Super Marco as an option. It's one of the top 2 picks right now that we've been seeing in the season. If not in the 2, it places
Emang
Harith
OP
on
sih.
the red side.
Loyi playmaker kan dia nanti.
3 out of 5 is Super Marco.
Oh, Fanny-nya nggak dikasih ternyata ditutup.
Fanny as well. Falcons AP brand, they want
Linka akan diambil tuh Suyo nih. I think Suyo better. Oke, Suyo, mereka ambil Suyo. Mungkin match up sama Link bisa diambil di tiket ketiga kayaknya masih bisa ya. Kita bisa ambil di pick ketiga. Terus Gatot, oke, but
they can actually just go for double aim.
Oh,
Gatot,
that.
Kali, just go for it if you want to just show that hand right away. But you have to watch out of the
I think
pick up that.
Gatot will go to XP.
Teams are
Maybe.
actually still kind of formulating
Then
how they're going to deal with the Suyo
They
right
will
now.
play
There's no
Matilda, maybe?
clear-cut scenarios yet. So Get Out is actually a great start here, but let's go here.
They're secure their Pesana, of
Not
course.
like I'm expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of showing your roam and mid so quickly in this metagame right now.
Yeah.
But I believe that's just them looking at the comforts of both Brusco and Super Friends, and they've pinpointed that as being the problem. Kirk has a tremendous record with this Eden this season, actually. He
I
has,
did,
12
for
games,
sure.
86 rounded up.
But I think on the
Win rate on that hero.
favorite their hero is Edit.
About 2 game losses.
Okay, Chow
Yeah, that should
Chow
be around
Tigreal,
11 for 13.
maybe?
You're right.
Yeah, so wow.
for playmaker
At this point, it was so easy to pick up because
or to secure the
anymore, right?
Yeah.
So you don't
backline
have to add
heroes.
that to your list of worries, and just makes it so easy for
Chow.
Rome to come in here. And there's Brusco.
Mereka pilih Chow.
But then again, not 100% yet because these
Okay.
things can just make a snap.
Kalau mau pick
swap out
Julian
the
Link
heroes
di sini sih
if
kayaknya.
they want to.
For Falcon Safety Brand, I would suggest
Kalau nggak di pick, resiko bakal ditutup untuk second phase banning.
Or Cal DZ that you can pick it up later. Again, go for the Cal leader that's there. It allows you to be the actual roamer to front to maybe see if it can beat Cho in terms of the annoyance in the jungle, the invasion, and getting the vision. While Open's gonna be playing more back and just going in with the Avatar.
Atau mereka bakal amanin dulu nih.
I mean, yeah, make it hard for the
Dari
studio,
Marksman
right?
mungkin
If you want to go for it,
harinya udah ditutup,
like
mungkin
that's the case.
Nathan, Nolan, mereka pilih
Not,
Nolan.
again, not what we expected here for Falcon Safety Brand.
Yeah, a quick security already on their course rather. Their main
Nolan
location
sedangkan
center of the map.
backline-nya belum kelihatan ya.
Falcon Safety Brand for this draft is to just
Jadi mereka mau
not gonna knock it, that can still work.
perangin di early-nya juga.
So for Falcon Safety Brand, them locking in the Nolan for
Tidak
now,
terlalu jomplang
makes sense.
buat ngejar di
They're
akhir.
undefeated. However, in this scenario, I feel like it could have been slightly better if they
Jadi
decided
semakinnya cukup sih.
However,
Atau mungkin
I understand that Falcon's AP Brand might have been too hesitant to go for that because it's the Cho that they're up against, and some junglers actually get messed up in their rotation.
mereka bawain gold lane
Cho,
Actually,
while the
fighter
Nolan
kan?
recovered just a little bit better.
It's evidence, right? We've seen
Mereka
so
bawa
many
golden
games where
fighter,
Brusco
maybe?
just handles Hayabusas very well.
Yeah.
Waits for like even the last few seconds of the fight. You're gonna be surprised he still has that way of the dragon.
Yeah.
He was basically just waiting for the Haiii to show himself and then just kick him in the face. Same for Ghost for Ling users. So
Yeah.
Brusco on the Cho is actually super deadly.
Let's see the bans here. I think most of the different heroes might go away. I wonder if they're gonna think about. They don't need to ban the Claude if you're Falcon Safety Brand because you can just pick up the. Sorry, ban the Eve. You don't need to ban the Eve because you can pick up the Claude. But they still ban it.
Bro, have you noticed? Have you noticed something?
Net.
Falcons AP Brand are going against every single expectation that we know of them
Yeah.
from the past games.
No,
Wow.
Every single pick.
That's
Aurora ditutup sama Yuffie ya.
already have got the touch, and they could have gone Claude. They didn't even commit a ban on the Eve. But I think that's also respect because Super Friends is the only undefeated Eve
Yeah.
this season 14, 4-0.
We're talking records, right? I mean, Super
Yeah.
Friends already has it in the bag. Even in scenarios where we say, bro, that doesn't
Mungkin
sound right.
XP-nya
That
dulu
doesn't-
sih atau ROM-nya dulu.
It works,
Matil
it
sih.
works.
Matil oke gak sih?
Respect or maybe even just little hints of fear.
Oke, mereka pakai Moskov
So they have a little bit more map
untuk
control.
late game.
Terra has a wide array of heroes available for him.
Jadi
Mix and match.
Maki sama Nolannya bisa
Tanky frontliners for
Face
Falcon.
di awal,
Might go shredder on the carry.
Paperlord maybe,
Fnatic on the Philippines and Show, they don't care.
dan di belakang nanti late game
Struggled here and there for most teams.
pengen Moskovnya yang bersinar ya.
Kelra has one of the best records with the carry this season. Again, undefeated.
Berarti ini main team fight ya
Happy to just make
dari
everything work,
Falcon
right?
AP Brand.
Kelra, you don't know if it's Alice, he's gonna make it work. If he goes for Matrix, he's probably still
Chow-
gonna win and dominate. By the way, with that last bit.
Coba Beatrix lah Beatrix.
And there's a Matrix. Like,
Coba Beatrix, oke. Plus satu makinya
And he goes for the Valor
Valen.
Super Friends. One of his best heroes.
Valen ya?
Is actually, oh no, just 3 for 5 this season. And after
Valen.
myself, his team is actually
Potensial
there you go.
Hopi Ultimate kemana?
goes for the Fovios.
Wow.
With everything that's happened in the draft, I can't believe Fovios
Vokaus ya?
last.
Not
Atau dia
gonna
bakal
lie,
ke room?
and I thought their lineups already locked in pretty tight here. It's
Ketemu
FNOC
itu?
who's sticking true to their DNA.
Ketemu Chow?
The FNOC we all know. And the Falcons AP Brand with a different kind of draft pattern.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Right?
Yeah, it's very different. The biggest switch was that rush priority of the Gata Kaja instead of chasing the Phobias. It actually changed the dynamics of the drafting, leading to Falcons AP Brand actually getting a lineup that scales up a little bit better. Their early to mid-game potential is strong if they can get some quick kills.
You know what? Maybe you got to do something different to make it work. Let's see. Leo and Nicey are in the game.
The Titan and the Slayer, the standard bearer and the contender. World-class MLBB coming your way. Nice and Leo at your service. Welcome to game 1.
Here we go. Man, oh man, I love the draft. I love that they talked about it, and especially, yes, that Gatakacha, it's gotta be one of the hottest picks right now, especially that we got into the playoffs. It's so valuable.
It's a breakout pick starting from week 7, 8, and then now you gotta pick it first phase. Maybe only second banana, pursue. Yo, I'll tell you now, I saw that Beatrix a mile away.
Yeah.
I woke up today and said, Keller's playing Beatrix, but I didn't expect the Phobias to sneak in like that.
It snuck in, but I don't know, in a way it kind of had to. It is weird you're seeing it like last though in the draft.
Everybody from Fnatic on it triggers.
Okay.
Phobias. So with that said, oh no,
Let's go.
action in mid.
Okay, already
Gimana nih?
feeling this out. And you know, because of this, it makes me, I know there's been a
Oke,
lot
trio
of
midnya
Cho being picked up.
invite jagal-jagal manja biar gak
because,
dapetin
you know, it looks
waduh.
like it's gonna go roam, then it goes XP. But I still love it.
Boom.
Here, even this little action once again gonna break out Brusco.
Waduh, Brusco
Right low, Oakwin though.
kena timpuk
Take the
guys.
shot, get the kill, and now King Kong trying to get the revenge.
Oke, aman ya sih harusnya.
Weave on out of there.
Here
Soul
we go.
Sever.
Waduh, sakit banget cuy.
Oakwin goes down. The toss up there into the
Waduh, bisa dibalikin gitu guys.
Massive bait by the beast incarnate King Kong.
Malah dapet
Switched up
2 tuh
into
anjing.
mode, and they're like, look at my damage
Yang dapet
reduction.
King Kong
Psych!
sama
Just kidding. That's
Siapa?
the thing. You see in this Suryo
Super
pick up
Prince
all the
lagi,
time
Super
now.
Prince.
I feel like these junglers are just getting better and better every time.
He's, I don't know if I can say, like, literally, but he feels better than Julian. When was the last time you saw Julian, man?
Did we see him?
You saw Julian yesterday.
I was gonna say, yeah, just yesterday, but he fell off hard.
Right?
Like, in terms of being picked up and everything else.
And with that being said, as soon as you hit level 3, you have all your skills, and you're this dominant even after
Waduh,
you
waduh,
lose.
waduh.
Don't
Dikejar
abuse
Pak
the
Mekah.
play.
He's gonna be in trouble
Oh,
against
mati
King
Billnya.
as a team. He can't get away. Brusco will
Targetingnya
pick up that
Brusco
one.
guys, tajam banget anjing.
On
Langsung ke
backside, trying to
belakang
join
cok.
the fight, but he might not even be attacking up as well. Infernal Pursuit won't help him. Still surviving.
Wah anjir, sangat galak guys menit 2, menit 3 gitu. Udah gak dikasih jungle anjing.
Just as good as they did yesterday.
They're living in Falcons AP
Wih, zonanya ke depan cok.
2,000 gold
Super Prince
headline
anjir.
3 minutes in.
Tuh gak dikasih merah, gak dikasih biru anjing. Lihat.
Besides a 16 and 0, this is worse.
There's another kick. You can't
Wah,
even
nice banget
play.
Super Marco.
King Kong finally to get taken down, and here they go. They want to go
Boom.
again.
Gak
You
dikasih
can't
pulang
escape. The
cok.
heroes landing from that avatar, the Guardian from Oakwood.
Falcons AP Bren back on the map, shutting down King Kong. That's gonna go a long
Guys, kasih
way
pulang guys.
towards the road to recovery. 3 minutes in, another turtle spawning in a minute. Lower quarter. Good thing that Falcons AP Bren are protecting Marco. He's got to remain bulletproof if they want to see the 10-minute mark.
You know, when FCAP's been in this situation before, they've been under pressure. It's not often, but you can say the same about FNOC. So FCAP will know how to respond to this momentum being set up.
Waduh.
And playing around the fact that they have this kind of lineup too.
Oke, Brusco, Brusco.
Waiting for them, Brusco.
Brusco.
Not gonna actually pull the trigger though too. Super
Oke, pelang dulu.
Outside, FCAP will sniff it out and get back to basics.
Guys, gerakan-gerakan Super Prince sama Brusco ini bahaya anjir. Mencari.
As long as you can camp.
Mencari.
Oh, Brusco spotted. Get out of there, Bruce!
Yeah, Brusco should be able to get away from this again. Flap T's just gonna give him a couple.
Ketemunya Flappy
Get
cok.
out of this jungle. We've seen you kick few too many times.
Kicked him out like a gentleman.
Yeah, that's about the.
I'm sure you can't stay here.
Oke,
Yeah, so you're gonna have to leave.
turtle-nya udah di start.
Turtle up.
Nyari
And
kali
this is
easy.
quickly taken down by Fnatic Onyx
Oke,
Philippines.
easy.
Flap can only see it
Tidak ada
go.
perlawanan yang gimana-gimana.
Put Fnatic Onyx back to about 2,000.
Ambilnya ambil back sana ya ultinya ya.
Nice little comfortable lead.
Waduh.
Part of this though again is for Falcons AP Brent to just play that catch up, you know.
Udah mulai pindah nih, dikasih kali goldnya.
That they have to go against. You still see, even so, Brusco will still put pressure mid lane.
Waduh.
Turtle Guard gonna be dropped down to buy Super Prince just to get them off a little bit further from that turret, but no go there.
Dear Lord, Super Prince has lived in this little pocket since minute 1 and now currently
Mainnya udah kayak gerak-gerak gitu di jungle ya anjir.
Taking a couple shots.
Rumor sama matinya tuh.
But you see what's happening is they're just playing to the tune right now.
Main berdua mulu anjir
And
ini.
FCAP, like I said, they're fine with it. They'll look for something else.
Yang udah
now,
dikasih nih
Flap
goldnya nih.
dealing with King Kong. Picks up the Thunder Belt as well, and I was surprised at how quick even Flap was taken down earlier in the game.
Oke,
It's gonna
dapat
get much
nih.
more tanky as the game goes on.
Atasnya.
scenario you build your Thunder Belt
Kita masih 2000 ya walaupun seganes itu jungle.
40 seconds behind.
Tapi dari Falcon Happy Brain masih bisa ngimbangin. Nggak terlalu jauh lah maksudnya lah.
But while Bruce goes
Waduh.
this fight one doesn't follow through. All right, not in position.
Not in position. It's good that he
Yang
takes those
ketendang
kicks. It's almost like, yeah,
Flappy
you know,
guys.
all the, you miss all the kicks you don't take at
Boom.
this point, you know, for Brusco.
Boom.
He's been pretty on point though, and they continue to try to hammer down this mid lane tier 1, but they're not going to get it.
At this point, I think that
mati
Fnatic-
tuh.
Whoa.
Oh, you don't take that. Yeah, you don't take that.
Yeah, the SOD sees that Prince is at a fifth of his health, but you see 3 other
Nggak
dudes
berani ya.
behind.
Dia beli satu ya rugi ya.
Fnatic Onyx at 3,000 gold ahead. A huge gap between the junglers. That's what, 1,500?
Mana 3.200 sama 5.000 guys ya dulunya guys.
That's where a huge
That's 2,000 difference buat
It's at
lead.
this point that Brusco is just
What a
taking
play
everything
from
he
King
can
Kong
to
guys.
really get into Falcons AP Prince heads. Now Oakwood,
Whoa. Dem.
Okay, defensively.
Ultimate for
Guardians
defensive.
out of there. But yeah, that's what you're talking about. And
Ada
Falcons
kaca.
got to deal with this pressure, and that's why he's falling behind, right? He's the majority of that gold deficit right now, and that's why you see FCAP kind of
Oke,
really
free
trying to support
turtle.
him. That's going to be
3 turtle kah ini? Perfect.
FNOC. So objectively,
Wadah.
they're exactly where they want to be.
Wow, flicker. Pew.
I feel like Pew's got a little
Like a
bit of
pew, like a pew.
He's handled too many kicks at this point, man.
That's right. You're seeing some short-term trauma.
A little rattled.
And that's what Brusco has done. The Juggernaut constantly pushing forward, living in Falcon's AP Brent's jungle. And Flappy, you're looking for the
Peternya bakal clear tengah kah?
Playing security guard at this point. Flap just trying to get Brusco out
Help
of
me
here.
kick out. Help me kick out.
He's gonna go for this. Get
Wah, langsung di ulti
Drop
aja.
down.
The
Uh-oh.
burst.
That might have been the wrong move. Kirk thought they were
Wah,
going. You will still
Satu
survive
hit
as well.
lagi tuh.
But all this,
Like a pew-nya.
finally get the tier 1 turret for FNOC. So that's the play before that Lord comes up. Good push up top as well.
Mereka sebelum buat ini mastiin kalau darah mereka penuh guys. Penuh bener-bener literally penuh guys. Kalau bisa ada shield gitu baru perang aja. Lihat dari Brusco pulang aja darah segitu. 80% lebih anjir.
Not only that, Oakwood
Benar
have the
bener
hell of a game
maksimalin
against Gotcha. This is kind of what we expect though too. And I think
resource mereka aja
even
sebelum perang
given
tuh.
the situation, Oakwood still being tanky enough to hold that front and jump into the backside is going to help them for the objectives.
That's true. You got solid
Dum.
feel. Currently, this Gatot Kacha is rocking a radiant armor, wearing a pair of pants as well, on his way to what one can only
Banyak
guess
flicker ya,
is blade armor
Prince.
to punish Kelra, to punish King Kong, but
King Kongnya clear
hear
atas.
me out.
Ditahan kan nih minionnya anjir.
And it's your roam that has the most farm, like relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Juga edit XP ini kayak punya room
It's not
2
a good
guys.
place to be, and like I'm just Kyle teasing.
Boleh sakit juga lagi nih edit anjir.
45K behind King Kong right now. He did pick up a prolific roar.
King Kong is hyper farming.
Dum.
King Kong bought Bitcoin in 2010.
Yeah.
That's how rich he is right now.
He's making bank at this point. You know, he's got the times 100 basically on his profit.
Langsung lock kah ini anjir.
he's there right now. The Lord is
Buset
up.
mainnya.
And I think FCAP, despite
Bener-bener langsung
the lead,
objektif-objektif
the
guys.
gains that he's got, they
Gak
wanna
peduli anjir
consistently
nih.
fight it.
It's because utility. Falcons AP Red have
Lihat levelnya.
utility. It's
11-14
not like
guys.
Upper catching them sleeping. They still cover their corners. And maybe they're hedging on the back of the
Dari retro otomatis kalah gak sih?
Avatar,
Scaling
one solid. It's
dengan level kan?
before Eternal Guard could change the face of this board take.
That's
Cepet
actually
banget
a
lagi.
smart decision right there. I was wondering if they were gonna jump in or
Dia
not.
nyepotin Lord juga ya kalau
Because you
punya
saw
edit ya.
even there, Kirk just popped that primal wrap.
Nyepotin Lord, ganggu kalkulasi damage gitu
Was
kan.
enough of a deterrent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they heard the Edith shed off her armor for a second.
Sendirian tuh.
Never mind.
Is there a song that plays when she does?
Kelroh
No, that's
dengan
the
Beatrix.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that like Studio Ghibli?
Yeah.
All right, 5,000 gold ahead now, and even more turns taken by
Ini
the
dihancurin
gold
dulu sih
standard.
paling nggak.
Down bottom, just
Dem,
a homing
wah
shield
sakit
on the
banget,
top.
setengah anjir.
Slowly but surely, their base is shrinking. There's space on the map.
Almost
Red
never
shot.
now.
That was
Yay.
like right on the mark too. I mean, he was right there. Now
Udah dimasukin kah?
they get the flicker out. Avatar
Anjir.
regarding gonna be jumping in, but they take a
Waduh,
shot.
dapet sekali
There's a
Cici,
kick
jir.
as well. Kyle TV's
Nggak
gonna
mati
be alive,
tapi.
though. Super Marco will
Targetingnya.
keep him at bay, but they still have a lore to deal with up top.
Brusco sih ngeri ya anjir.
But they're not out of the woods just yet. Kyle TZ doing his damnedest to clear this lord.
Walaupun cuma di knock up gitu,
That just these nukes.
sekalinya kick dapetnya gila guys. Dem.
So much Brusco just planting up right in front of FCAP.
Mau nggak kena seram itu
Not
guys.
gonna land on anybody.
Oh,
Fly there too.
Mereka cuma ngincer top turret anjir.
the
Ah, ini lumayan beda nih.
flare.
10 menit 7.000 gold lead anjir, what a play guys.
Yeah,
It took a third out of Kyle. Whoa.
he's still charging it up. And this is like, you know, walking in the immortal form too. And just
panas marah.
popping off the queller. Like, this is the amount of poke that FNOC has right now.
Dem.
Not easy. Oh,
He's
easy.
fine.
He wants to save as much of that turn as he can.
Wait doang anjir.
Okay, so it stands.
Gambling turret juga ya dia.
Talking about this lineup by FNAC.
Kalau nggak di clear mungkin bisa sih.
11 minutes in, we have
Tadi satu katapul.
2020,
Ini
8,000
dan
Oh, Gwen, what are you thinking?
That was not in my hindsight. Ogwen jumps in.
Waduh,
gets the kick that would've forced
salah
the
nge-kick
fight.
nih.
Still gonna be looking for Bruce.
Brusco-nya dipanis nih.
We'll be able to get away. King Kong.
Nggak
turret
mati.
The spear from Super Marco won't land. And Kelra fires off, finding Flap TZ. So they jump in FCAP with a desperate call.
Gak mati guys, Brusco di ejam anjing.
Almost 12 minutes now. Brusco's been doing this. The juggernaut, he's unstoppable. He'll run up to you, cross over with your backline, and get out of there.
Paling nunggu Lord aja sih ini sih. Clear manja gitu kan, trapping, buka vision.
It's just Fnatic got dispersed.
They dispersed, they committed a lot, and like, look at him.
Ini flicker juga lagi aja.
Different items and just a completed
Dari
empty
Brusco nih
grab.
bahaya anjir.
At this point in the game, especially since they buried
Ya udah nih nobar PH.
That's enough.
Mas Ade nobar PH guys.
Are Kyle, Marco, and Flap. Few's been struggling. He barely has 2 items.
Dem.
And now that Kyle has an endless battle, what's happening to Kirk? Whoa.
They're gonna go for Kirk here. Pressing the
Oke.
situation, they're gonna go
Waduh,
off the board.
dimakan
They're gonna back. Ogwen goes
Gatotnya.
down first.
Udah ulti belum cowoknya?
The chase Flap.
Rata dong ini anjir.
And the damage from Kelra.
Dem.
There's the
Wah,
double
mahal
Super
Super Prince.
And they collapse down on FCAP as they try to walk back to the base.
Mahal.
Won't let it happen. As it's only Kyle TZ.
Wah, terejam orang dulu guys.
Game 1 victory for Fnatic on it.
The Sonics take no prisoners.
What a play bro.
As far as you can, but you can't hide. First blood drawn by the contenders. They got their eyes on that trophy like they swear it's going home
What a
with them.
play.
Yeah, they are. They're looking really good here, man.
Tahu-tahu beli ulti Gatot guys buat begal ke sana sama Moskow jir.
I don't know, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Main pick up-nya jalan banget sih satu-satu. Ke sana tadi terejam-ejam.
The best thing I can think about here right now is Sensible here out of the table here. They left the room way ago. I can't make sense of it. I can't understand how FNOC got like a 7K, 8K.
Tapi editnya enggak gimana sih sebenarnya.
Against FCAP. This is too much. That's too much.
Kan jadi apa ya?
Way too much.
Jadi pelengkap sih, cuman
Is gonna be the MVP of
ya
the game because
MVP lagi editnya tapi ya.
controlled
Waduh,
upper portion of the map in that river.
mahal.
It all came from some great
Oh, karena partisipasinya 75% ya.
knowing that the Edith was
Sama Gatot ya. Betul.
top. And then followed by another great invade decision. As you see, Falcons
Tem nih dapat nih view 1.
had to manage the lane, decide to push it out more so that he could hit level 4, but then he would be late. That's already 4 members of Fnatic Onyx Philippines invading the red side. And because of those early invasions,
Kena stun lagi dapat KLBG.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines was able to build a massive lead over Falcons AP Brand. Dude, 7 minutes or
Sampai
5
tajam,
minutes
guys.
in, it was already a 2-level lead for King Kong.
That's way too much, especially considering Suyo
Nih,
right now feels like
tau-tau ngopi
his stats
Gatot
are
anjing.
exploded because
Belum.
also, new heroes just tend to have higher stat ratings. If you're 2 levels above, that just means like he's like
Oh, yang
3 or 4
di
levels. If you're using like
tendang
a
itu ya kesananya ya.
jungler, a different jungler here that will hit you
Karena
non-stop,
kontrol
basically
powernya mungkin.
read multiple
Mungkin.
seconds, right?
Yeah. Nice was the one who pointed out great
Kayak azan asar guys untuk daerah
strength of the lineup of Fnatic Onyx
Jawa
Philippines.
Tengah dan sekitarnya ya. Silakan yang mau prepare sholat. Jangan istirahat dulu guys. Nih matchnya kalau nggak salah sih 15 menit ya. Lupa gue. Gamenya 12 menit ya. Cepet banget nih. Totalnya oke, lordnya oke.
That when you have a 3K, 4K gold lead early on in total gold count, those early game pokes for your opponents, taking down, chipping away 15%, 20% of their health instantly, already means they cannot fight. If they decide to fight, they will probably lose or it will be costly.
Which they did try a few times, especially in that last one. Ogwen jumped in when even Leo and Naizu didn't really expect him to. Look at that King Kong GPM nearing 1,000
Spamnya berapa?
gold per
Bulan
minute.
60 anjir King
My
Kong.
goodness.
Stress.
That's way too much.
Yeah, way too much for sure. We mentioned that Papaka's AP Brand early to mid-game potential, that damage is so much higher compared to Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Yes, again, but then we put that disclaimer. If they win some early fights, that's why you saw them trying to get those early wins, trying to get those early kills, and trying to chase down King Kong in that very first big skirmish that we had. It was just unfortunate that it was countered by good discipline and man marking by Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Man marking is what they're so good at in FIFA.
Lah, apa nih?
Keep an eye on your lane counterpart. And look at that. Yu, despite being apparently the most source of damage there, felt like he was barely making any damage at all with that Texana.
Busco,
Kelvin
Busco.
already mentioned it, man.
Halo Busco.
Pokes are just unreal. That's one of the reasons why I think Kelvin doesn't really mind this
Wait bentar ya guys ya, wait bentar.
bulletproof thing. You don't need to be bulletproof if your enemy can't touch you in the first place. I mean, he was nigh untouchable here, bro. Even the Gacha tried to dive in on him multiple times, and that actually missed.
Yeah, it's such a tough game for Falcons AP Brand. Fnatic Onyx Philippines really are that team that if they get their start that they want, like the first 3 minutes of the game, if they get the rotation they want and then they can get their punches, they do not let it go.
Man,
It's rare to see them slip.
And if they do slip, maybe we'll see that in game number 2. For now, they look imperfect. Let's throw it over. Our Soul Land
Stepping barefoot off the gas, Fnatic Onyx Philippines takes game number 1. Magandang buhay, my name is Ankinara, here in the Solo Analyst, and I am here today to explain and break down what happened in game number 1 between the Clash of the Titans. As we can see, Kirk was the right use MVP of the match. But also, I just want to point it out that the thing that Fnatic Onyx Philippines did in game number 1 that made the entire difference here is that they capitalized on the fact that Few did not choose Purify as his battle spell. This meant that they will be able to really abuse the fact that they can crowd control him as much as they want to. Every single time that Feud doesn't have the opportunity to flicker out, Brusco is always there to cast the Way of the Dragon, hence disabling him from being able to farm and give space to his gold laners. It is also good to note that the rotation coming from the entire lineup of Fnatic Onyx Philippines was really towards the gold lane and giving him space. There was a point in time, wherein King Kong and Kirk switched role to the point that King Kong was just able to freely farm while also giving space enough for Kelra to amass enough gold, hence being able to build up these items in just a short amount of time. The entirety of the lineup of Fnatic Onyx Philippines was just so dominating to the point that they were able to dominate the game, take all of the neutral objectives as much as they could, take all of the kills as much as they could, and then they were able to take that victory against Falcon's AP Bren. Ang ganda nang ipinakita sa atin ng Fnatic Onyx Philippines, but I am pretty sure that we have something more beautiful to see with our very wonderful host, Mara Aquino.
All right, everybody, let me hear it from you. Go, Fnatic! Go, go, Fnatic! Go, Onyx! Ngayon naman kasama ko ang parents ni Kelra, Daddy Rex, Mommy Chi. Kinakabahan po ba kayo? Ano pong pakiramdam ngayon?
Ay, konti lang.
Konti lang. Kayo po, Mami?
Konti rin po.
Konti. Daddy, kamukhang kamukha mo si Kelra. Manang-mana. Alam niyo po, mga 3 taon na po namin kilala si Kelra simula nung season 7. Kayo po naman kwento niyo sa amin, ano po ba yung mga napansin niyo na development ni Kelra bilang player, bilang anak?
Ano na, nag-mature na siya.
Mature na
Diba,
siya.
kita mo naman dati kung prasto. Ngayon, kita mo naman pag sumasagot na, mature na.
Mas mature na. Nakilala po namin siya nung una sa Exe, Omega, and then ngayon sa Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Kayo po, Mami, ano po yung mga napansin yung pagbabago ni Kelra?
Nag-improve na siya. Hindi na siya tulad ng dati.
Ano po ba yung dati? Ano po ba yung ngayon?
Siyempre, yung mga trash talk niya sa mga sa mga kalaban niya. Yon. Ngayon nag-improve na, hindi na siya tulad ng dati.
Paano po ba siya nagbago?
Naging mabuti na siya pati sa mga pagsagot-sagot, sa mga hindi na siya tulad ng dati.
Wala na, marunong na siya sumagot sa social media.
Hindi na.
At kapansin-pansin po talaga ang kanyang development. Pero alam niyo po talagang napaka-big deal ng araw na to para kay Kelra dahil isa na lang makakapunta na siya sa ating M6 World Championship. So meron po ba kayong advice at gustong message na sabihin kay Kelra, Daddy?
Siguro, tuloy-tuloy lang. Matagal niya ng pangarap na talaga yan eh. Yung MPL champion, lalo na itong M6, di ba? Kasi may MSC na siya.
Ito na po ang hinihintay natin para kay Kelra. Napipicture ko na, Daddy, kung anong itsura ni Kelra pag tumanda siya, magkaboses kayo, tsaka magkamukha sila. Okay, eto po, babalik na po tayo sa ating panel dahil magsisimula ng ating Game 2. Tulungan niyo po akong ipasa sa kanila, sasabihin po natin pasok. Alright? Alright, everybody? Panel, pasok!
Alright, yes. We see it, Mara. We see it right there. If you draw over Kelra's face right now with like a stash and age him up a little bit, age him up a little, that's Kelra right there. Beautiful support, and they cannot be any more correct. I feel like Kelra has grown not just personally but professionally as well. Just answers so well in interviews and plays to a T time and time again.
And Mr. Rex, Kelra's dad pointed out something that I completely forgot.
What?
Kelra does have an MSC title. He lost in his M6 slot, and if he ends the season as a champion, then he can actually finally live up to his standard, to the gold standard name.
And be the gold standard of the whole world around.
Yeah,
Bro.
because Kelra has always said that right now I don't see myself as the gold standard because he still looks up to Ben. He still looks up to Super Marco. Those who have ranked in championships have become world champions consistently at the top of their game. Kelra doesn't see himself as the gold standard, but by the end of M6, he might actually be able to prove it if he does go all the way. Wow.
And wouldn't it be poetic that Kelra picks up his first MPL Philippines Championship and the World Championship in the same year?
Yeah.
That would be something, right? That would be a story.
That would definitely be a story, but let's see if he can finish it. But you know what? I think we got to follow that third infinite scheme to victory. And let's just look at this one first right now.
One game at a time,
One game
guys.
at a time.
Yeah, favorite quotes from your favorite pro player. And in this one, it's not so hard to see them actually taking game 2 as well, especially the way that they did this. Kirk's Edith, I think right now is 89% 87?
Should be around 87.
87% win rate. Jeez Louise, come on, what can this guy not do?
Yeah, that's 15 games, somewhat. Like, that's a lot of games on that one hero.
And if you think about it, you know what? He has so many other heroes that are becoming his trademarks. The R-Lot is becoming synonymous with the name Kurt as well right now. The long flowing hair is becoming a trademark as well, but apparently for the whole team. And now you can really just not go wrong with the XP lane here. So Easy is becoming an afterthought Kurt in this scenario.
Yeah, a little bit behind there. That's why even though the Phobius got in there at the end, and it does make sense in terms of the lineup. Like if they don't get the set or the start that they want, they will crumble. While for the lineup of Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they had a little bit more leeway, especially with Super Prince. For example, let's say Brusco doesn't get the kick that he wants, doesn't get the right angle. The moment Fnatic Onyx Philippines answers to that, then you have Super Prince either as a Gacha or a Vexana setting up with the follow-up crowd control to make up for what Brusco could have missed conceptually.
That's right. But guys, have you missed out on your Grand Finals ticket? Guys, our official tournament phone, by the way, will be hosting a watch party at the pop-up in Katipunan, Quezon City on October 20 on Grand Finals Day. So if you didn't get a chance to get your tickets, go over to the pop-up, just Google where that is or check your favorite navigation app, and you can watch it for free alongside all the other fans from all of these fan bases. And you can interact with them, and they're also giving away some stuff. And again, admission is free. Not only do you get possibly free stuff, you get to hang out with fellow MPL fans, you also get in for free. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I think people saw that I made a face because I'm excited for you to read out the next spiel, man. I'm looking at that like, that's wild. I didn't know we had that.
This is insane. I didn't know we could give you guys an all-expense paid trip to Malaysia for M6 to watch the finals live or the whole championship live. Gather a 5-man squad and watch out for the Road to M6 nationwide tournament. It's a tournament. You're gonna apparently have to fight for it. Follow MPL Philippines official social media accounts for more information. Go over the MPL Philippines right now. I mean, while the draft is happening, listen to us, and then get the mechanics there, because that I was shocked with that one.
All expenses
All
paid.
expenses. Hotel ticket, plane ride.
I think we should register with the English talent.
We should.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You, me, Leo, Naisu, and then we'll get Brigida
bald guy.
and Ingan to rock, paper, scissors.
The ball guy. He should be there.
Alright, okay. You know what? That will not get him automatically into our 5-man until he shaves off his hair.
He's officially 6-man.
To us, bro.
Officially 6-man so far. Right now.
But they only said 5 in that ad. So, Ingan, come
Rock,
on,
paper, scissors with Brigida. All right. So we're about to get into this, and of course, blue side is going to be the priority pick here for FCAP, who wins 65% every of the time if they get blue, and their side selection is right now closer to half, 55%.
Yeah. Let's see, because we've been seeing some weird trends with drafting lately this season's playoffs. You can really tell that Suyo has shifted a lot of the priorities. That was my biggest thing heading into the playoffs, wherein there were teams who struggled to already adapt to the meta as far as week 7, week 8. Even Team Liquid Philippines admitted themselves that this meta has sort of thrown them off in terms of the drafting priority, the pick and ban priority. Now you introduce Suyo, who turns out to be an automatic first pick on the blue side. Sometimes some teams are winning.
Oh my goodness. So we'll see if that will affect FNOC in any way, shape, or form getting into the draft for game number 2 here. I'm still convinced that Suyo is not as high of a priority, especially if you don't get proper teammates with it. You don't get the proper combos with it. But so far, it has proven to just refuse to die in a lot of scenarios. And every single jungler right now in MPL Philippines playoffs is trying to get in.
So, looking at the bans, respect of the Gatot, the Jushin, and the Fanny, all iconic heroes for the Row mid trio of Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Well, if not, let's see if it's going to be a committal on the Suyo ban. They already took away the Ogwyn of Matilda. The Matilda of Ogwyn. One of the best heroes of Falcons need to break the pick on the blue side first pick, even if the Suyo was going to be left rather they pick up the Matilda because they've proven to rotate really well with it, and rotations were their biggest problem in the first game that we saw. Plus, Oakland has, well, he's 1 for 2 there, but I mean, it's FCAP, it's Matilda, it makes sense. Let's see if it's a Suyo ban. They ban the Harris instead. They are willing to give the Suyo and just beat Falcons AP Brand with their rotations.
There it is. Suyo, auto first pick here for FCAP. How easy happy to pick that up. But look at that. FNOC feels like they're ready. They feel like Kirk's Edith can actually take it.
So, of course, you're gonna pick up the best performing hero for Kirk this season. Really good with punishing bad initiations from your opponent. They trade the power picks. They didn't need to pick their jungler just yet. They just went ahead and just went, you know what, Selain and the Nolan will adjust to their picks later on.
I mean, the Nolan, despite the performance in game number 1, still does really pack a punch. Don't forget, guys, Nolan was recently buffed up. Slows on the fracture do kind of affect heroes who like to walk.
Yeah.
I love it because the skill name is fracture, and then you literally fracture and slow down an opponent. So it kind of makes sense now. And but he's talking about a different kind of like fracture. He does like a reality fracture. Sorry, I went on a tangent there, but it's it just makes sense now they think about it. And we are seeing, obviously, if you want to walk, you like to walk like Suyo, you want the high loss on your side, 100%.
Good amounts of control from the roam mid combo. They should really need to take care of Suyo because their early game damage is going to be coming from him. They have high control, yes. Annoying, yes. But if they don't have the follow-up damage, they're just going to get countered here. So FNOC, they can go for burst mage right now, and they will. They lock in the low Yi.
Woohoo!
Uh-oh.
This is like the invisible sword here of FNOC. Once they get that low Yi, the whole map is just wide open. And Super Prince is like that guy who every time it's off cooldown, he just itches to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's so confident with the way that his teammates are supporting him, and he knows if he pulls the trigger, something good's gonna happen for FNOC. So that's actually really good for him.
This might be one of these games where we might actually see a new Falcons AP Brent pick, and then you get Flap TG go on a show. Or get Open on the show, because you're really gonna need someone to access the back line. High loss is
Okay, let's go.
He brings down his ultimate and he runs up to you. You need someone who can flicker into the back, reach the back, but no Falcons AP Brent back.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, the fourth pick of it could have gone to
Cowoknya dibuang ya
I understand.
sama Big karena memang pick off-nya ini yang ngeri nih. Dan lagi-lagi ya Onyx bakal nge-pick edit buat playmaker mereka di XP, mungkin bareng botlane. Kalau tadi kan Dusko main bareng Sungkan sama Prince, ya gitu bisa main 3-2 sih. Tebel juga kan untungnya.
Oh,
they banned the Tigger. What?
Oh my god, why not?
Dude, you're expecting Flap TZ on the high loss, really?
So now they just ended up respect banning the Matrix, but it looks like they were already thinking about it.
They were gonna do it! You knew they were gonna do it, right?
Okay, that's a Chad move by Fnatic Onyx Philippines. They banned out the hero. They could have slotted in very well for them.
A Giga Chad maneuver.
Yeah.
Big props to why not.
Yeah, of course, it's an adjustment from your opponents, but now they're still taking on the boost to pick up. Yes, the Minotaur, Kufra, and a lot more roamers available for him anyway.
Mungkin ambil roam dulu gak sih?
Yeah, man, as a
Oh, with low you Prince anjir.
Minotaur might
Teris.
I wonder if they'll just end up picking Kufra as like the last pick.
Waduh, tigernya udah gak ada ya.
Are you thinking that might be a great answer
Grok.
to the Suyo?
Okay.
Alright.
So, trying to go for the more
Oh,
off-field
bakal main
choices.
screen manja nih.
Not really what I expected, honestly. I'm not sure how good the Grok is going to do against heroes like that we have right now. Aurora, almost untouchable here.
Yeah, the problem is for Falcons AP Brand, it's funny, it's the most used hero of Few, but actually that's right. There hasn't been no wins for the Aurora of Few.
So he actually just tried to catch Few off guard here. And straight up, if
XP plus 1 kah? Atau roam plus 1 nih.
Wow. the logic here.
Materialnya di band ya.
FNOC
Oh,
is,
udah.
pretty
Udah
simplistic.
terbang bagus sih.
I like it. It's no frills. And it's very honest.
You're gonna default into Riddler or go for Kali? Okay.
Satan and
Nathan plus masih Pope ya.
Alright. Honestly, I feel better about it.
Bakal bonyok gak sih itu sama Loi itu?
It's easier to
Akhirnya ditutup.
lose track of a Suyo if the
Nathan.
movies are jumping all around, right?
Dari.
So maybe that's the key. Although you could say
Udah
the
main
same
pakai
way
cloud
one.
gak sih?
It's easy to lose track of the Nolan if there's a Suyo, if a
Atau Patrick juga masih bisa.
and
Tapi
they still lost.
main limanya gak enak.
Here. Carry,
Cloud.
Moskov, all still open.
Moskov is the
Nah,
easy
cloud ya sih.
Yeah, but Fnatic Onyx Philippines goes for
Whoa! Right.
Yeah, again, because they don't have the backline access we were looking for.
They're not worried.
Yeah, it's not easy
Aman
to
ya
get the
berarti ya?
backline of Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Belakang
That's-
banget ya mainnya
it's so
dia.
easy for a Clint to just be able to juggle all his skills, maximize the enhanced basic attack after
Main
hitting his
critical,
skills.
Why
main
not just go for
cucu.
damage? You already have global
Let's see
presence
what I
with the
do,
Suyo and
do,
Suyo
do.
OE anyway.
Okay, if Falcons AP brand really needs to win the first 5 minutes of the game, or at least keep it close, and then if
Kaya
they
kayak
can
kiri,
get
guys.
an early kill onto Kelra, maybe one before minute 4, and then the other coming in before minute 7. If they can get that while
Very
keeping the
specific,
game
by the
close,
way.
yeah,
Bermarco dengan
if they
Nathan
can
gitu,
get that
serem
while
nih.
keeping it close, then they could win it. But again, it's so specific. Can they actually do it?
Play with Naisu. Is it though?
Let's go. Game kedua match pertama guys.
Alright, let me
Fnatic
just
Onyx
wind back
kill
the
game.
show.
Terus Firman everywhere.
I'll rack it. The last time we saw Clint in this same spot for Fnatic Onyx.
Turtle-nya di mana nih?
That-
Bawah ya?
It's about as good as it gets right there. Great, I don't know, man. Great lineups, I would say, for game number 2 from both of them. And this is exactly what Falcons AP brand needed to bring to the table. It covers their bases from that early to even the late game. But wow, you taking a whole lot of damage from Super Friends here. And
Kalau main
mind you,
Bro
that
kayaknya udah
80%
masih
win
berani
rate
gitu
on
dia
this
guys
week
bro.
has been massive to the success in a lot of the competitions brought to the table. Plus, he loves that War Cry emblem, so that's why sometimes that first
Waduh,
game
waduh.
with Haiii really kind of surprises a lot of people against him.
Alright, back into the action. I think I would like to
Gue harus ya Loi mananya.
concur.
Nah,
with this lineup
duality
being
itu.
slightly better for Falcons AP Red, given that they have the power pick of the Suyo. But there's nagging thought.
Dapat kah itu Mas Yan?
You let the Loi
Katapulnya?
Yeah.
You let the Loi through.
Kayak ditahan gitu yang. Waduh.
Everyone's gonna
Waduh.
you're okay. Don't follow up on this. Not sure if anything else.
Dapat
can
juga
happen. As you
golnya
were saying,
dipaksa.
Counted as a TKO. There is a Grok. Imagine a
King Kong mencari mangsa King Kong.
and then diversion from here we go.
Whoa.
One more.
They're gonna go for the play.
Mati
Okay,
ya.
I was gonna say Super Prince doesn't
Nah, siram ini.
even with the flicker. So there we go. Finally, FCAP will get on the board.
Sama-sama
early
set
on.
up itu guys.
Kill in the hands there.
Harus ada nunggu ya ini dikasih duluan.
Call it a TKO on Kelra and then a legit kill on the Super Prince. A flicker for a flicker. Few actually spent his major resource there. But also consider, few watch that
Kontrolnya
same
ke atas ya.
game. That same game that Haji used an Aurora to check a bush from behind. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a factor now.
Yeah, actually, it could
Kalau
be.
bisa nge-clear ini
Clean
ya.
out all possible bushes.
Dikasih tapi ini.
Trust that sense there.
Mereka
Right
tuker
now,
merah tuh di
people
bawah.
away from this turtle, Brusco.
Dari
Not gonna get close
Onyx.
enough, so Contis will get the
Mereka
turtle
tuker red
first
buff,
initiate,
dapat MM-nya
so
nggak?
still keeping Brusco at bay.
Dapat
Doesn't have
MM-nya
the
mahal
score
sih.
yet, so he's not gonna be doing any amazing wild charges just yet.
Fnatic Onyx have to be satisfied with the orange trade and the eventual cleanup of
Tuker ya.
all of
Tapi gak selamanya guys, turtle itu harus dikontak guys. Kita bisa cari tuker yang lain guys.
build right now at about 500 gold.
Ya memang gak setara sih, cuman
Looking at a
ya besting tutu ya itu gitu.
Things, you know, when I think about the
They
Clint,
trade
we
turtle
actually had
with
this conversation
orange
yesterday
buff.
too, with England. I don't know, man. He fits
Okay,
certain
Pop
compositions,
PG.
like he's still very niche
We're going to
compared
play
things that do come up through
with
the
mid lane maybe.
But one thing's for sure, like he can
Waduh,
provide
King Kong.
damage earlier on compared to the native.
King Kong sangat seram.
specific kind of damage. And here we go, Brusco jumping on in. Fnatic Onyx more conservative now. Look at King Kong taking the flank.
Very patient on this one. Ogwen's tanky enough as well, still has the revitalize, so King Kong, this is how
mana tuh?
Jungle Man
Waduh, dapet KLTZ guys.
Talking about Super Prince
Serem,
up
Prince.
that one. Finally getting a kill for himself.
I didn't see it.
Ngebait doang ya berarti itu ya.
I guess that's one way
Mahal
you can
King Kong.
use the clip early on.
Langsung di wild charge gitu anjir.
I've ever seen one.
Sometimes, you know, also those bolas come in handy.
Nggak ragu-ragu keluarin
So far, so
fracture
good.
guys
One
buat
and one.
trip.
Fnatic Onyx have survived
Karena emang
the early game onslaught of
bulldonya
Falcons.
bentar banget ya.
I reckon we're at
Nggak
about
terlalu lama gitu kan.
340, 4-minute phase right now.
Kayak mobil
Yeah,
ketik
I was gonna say,
menuju
we're
turtle spawn,
We're
Ogwen,
imagining the time
terus
as well as
Patwi.
we can with this though.
It's called game sense.
Yeah, game
Oke, buat
sense.
ngerikin aja.
Gonna unlocking it, but
KLTZ
two,
dimakan
it
kan?
looks like
And the turtle's about to spawn.
I was gonna say and the
Okay.
turtle, so we're playing with numbers here. I'm
XP
not the
critnya
math
dapat.
guy though, but I'll do the best I can.
Terus
Diversion.
kemana Diversion?
I can tell you
Ke
where
turtle
that's
kah?
going. Getting in position right in that foot. Takes a couple shots. He's still got the passive. There's the flicker forward. Coming out from Flap. Still trying to keep it in the bay. Wild
Dapat,
charge.
wah, si dapat King Kong,
will
anjir.
get the turtle.
Mahal
So the fight's gonna break out. They're gonna
Brusco.
force him on the disengage. FNOC will get the objective.
That is
Kena
1-for-1 now on the turtles.
nak batu guys.
And just whoa, wait, what?
Gue kalah ya match
What's
up-nya.
action that was happening off camera?
Gold lane again, back and forth continuously between
Super
Super Mario. Looks like
Mario.
Kelra not gonna take that chance. He already burned the flicker.
So that's another TKO onto the gold standard.
Batu diserebet-serebet gitu guys, sakit guys.
Gold. That's all Fnatic Onyx have on FCAP. And best believe if Fnatic
Sama-sama saya hai tuh
find a
jeruk
way to
anjir.
turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely this is gonna grow bigger.
Yeah, it's tough because right now for FCAP, like I said,
Okay,
they're
cek
playing
rumput.
around, you know, the different
Pakai barrier.
timings that they have with this kind of lineup.
Oh, ada orangnya gimana ya?
Feather and
Nggak tahu sih.
Feather is locked in here for Super
Gede-gede
Marco. It's been a
gitu.
hell of a lane though between the two gold laners.
Orangnya
Super Marco does come out
ada orang itu
forward
bakal
against,
keluar gak?
you know, by about
Atau
5
bisa
gold or
kecepit?
so
Waduh.
against Kelra. But like I said, that Nathan is going to be looking to go into the
Mister
late
guys,
game
guys,
and
lawanya,
provide
guys.
that, you know, that what we used to call the Betty bomb, but it's the Nathan bomb at this
Dari
point,
pakai
you know.
suyo,
It's a
aku susah
bulletproof bomb.
nih lawan-lawan.
Bulletproof bomb.
Menang lagi nih.
Luckily, Super Marco has
Farmingannya nih
one of the
10-9 gitu
best
levelnya.
heroes for babysitting the high loss.
Padahal turtle pertama itu dilepas kan.
So go ahead and
Walaupun di trade sama
Honestly,
Orange
both of their
Buff.
base. So I guess that's one thing FCAP are holding on to. Save for the whole, you know.
Ke XP udah ngegelar tengah.
Yeah.
Waduh,
They got on lock.
sakit tuh.
It's again.
Ini dapat lagi kan?
Uh-oh.
Send it to
Dem.
him. Gonna be going. It's only Ogwen though. So not able to push.
Waduh,
through.
dibalikin,
Forward
dibalikin.
pathway gonna be dropped down. Kyle TZ has that information
Udah sampai
right
sini
now.
doang.
It just stops. Whatever.
Karakternya sampai situ guys.
Good play.
Kayak sampai rumah anjir.
6.5 minutes in.
Oke, mereka
I
grab duluan nih
have a
dari
theory.
Onyx untuk
Falcons
turtle
80
setup
men,
buat
they have a solid lineup to respond to
View.
diversion.
Yeah.
They have a solid
Terusnya
way
buat
to
ini,
hold down lanes
buat
against
buka map,
Falcons.
bukan buat
But
view-nya
they don't have as good a
Apa brand ya?
play whenever Fnatic Onyx says we don't want to fight. It's so
Oke,
easy
ditahan
for
di
Fnatic
situ
to say,
biar
"Let's
visinya
go,
nggak
let's
terlalu
go."
jauh.
Oh, wait, Ogwen.
Wah, tuh Ogwennya tapi sekarat
It
guys.
is a lot easier
Diperangin
to
dong
decide
ini
if
anjir.
they want to fight or not. And with that, that's why they also take advantage of using
Diperangin
diversion.
sih.
There's the jump in with the Infernal Pursuit. Flores pathway to help him out. Also on the backside, they're going to force the fight once again. Jumping on in Brusco, taking a couple shots. Flap still up in the wild
Waduh,
charge.
dapat
Go through
dua
it,
itu,
looking for the
Brusco
kill,
mahal.
clean it up. Flap will finally get it. And the fight still for this turtle. Kelra joining the shot. Firing off on Ogwen. Gets out the revitalizer
Waduh,
right now.
Super Marco,
Looks like
Super
the
Marco.
dog's gonna be Brusco, the only one to go down.
Valiant effort by Falcons AP friend. They do get the kill, but if not, they're all topped up.
The flicker
Ah,
forward again.
dapat
King
King
Kong
Kong
will
ya,
get the
komik
turtle.
guys.
Super
Wah, mahal.
Marco
Super
joins
Marco.
the fight though. Able to get Kirk and that's all.
Terus
That's
damage-nya
the exchange. A kill
Nathan
for the
pas
turtle,
politik
but
tepat
their
gitu
eyes
langsung
set on
masuk
the
semua.
tier one
Pergi guys anjir.
mid-lane turret being worked on. King Kong sees how
Wah, mati nih.
low it is. He jumps in. The fracture won't be enough, and now View though will
Aduh,
be in
View,
trouble.
mahal banget,
As Super
View.
Marco picks it up. Super
Kecepin,
Marco
guys.
doesn't have anywhere to go,
Untung
but
masih
he
ada
gets
itu
away
anjir, Purify
with
Gaming.
entropy in time.
Purify save Super Marco.
Marco got away just by the skin of his teeth. And Ogwen tries
Save the
his
day,
damnedest.
guys.
And now Fnatic Onyx are clapping back. I was gonna gonna say,
Oke.
amazing conversion by
Oke,
Falcons AP
sabar.
Red, but right now,
Faring manja
dropping
dari
back
King
cost
Kong.
them so much.
Main 4-1 kan, main 4-1.
And you know, amidst all this, Leo, we're still
Oke, mau
relatively
dapetin
even.
bawah nih.
Looking at the economy here, the
Kali.
items that are falling into place, nothing is too drastic. You know, aside that gold lane, you got a good difference there. At least the two items he's still
Wah,
working
cepet
on
banget ya
those. So
kelihatannya.
at this point, so
Srebet,
Super
srebet,
Marco,
srebet,
once
srebet.
that's locked in, that's where we see that biggest burst potential that can come out from the Nathan. And even this time around too,
Oke,
they'll
hitoker bawah.
focus on the
Oke,
tier
hitoker
1
up bawah ya.
map for them to set themselves up for this Lord taking about 40.
Dare I say, Naisu, in up to now, all
Waduh,
5 games
camping-camping
that
manja.
are part of in the playoffs,
Yeah.
this
Camping-camping
might be
manja.
their most challenging yet.
I would agree. Definitely is. Diversion, where are they going to send them? They know they're going to go forward.
Tum.
Still the fight in the mid lane, not fully engaged.
Udah mulai nih.
Forest pathway gonna be
Planking
dropped down. There's
ini
the final
anjing.
wrap. In response, Brusco. Does he want to go? He drops down the walls.
Wah,
Mid
kayak
lane,
LTZ
they're trying to
digituin,
keep
guys.
Kong at bay.
Srebet-srebet,
A
guys.
whole lot of poking between both teams. Brusco holding on, still has the flicker. King
King
Kong
Kong.
on the backside.
Wah, anjir sendirian, bener-bener berani anjir.
And they want this tier 1 turret, but he's going to take
Dapat dong ini merahnya anjir.
He'll take the orange.
King Kong.
Fnatic's gonna make a move for this tier 1 in mid. Oh, win. His whole
Nggak dapat merah,
Look how
cowok.
close he was to death. He is going to get away with it. And Fnatic Onyx posting up
Dikasih
for
dong
the
ini.
Lord.
Ke clean anjir.
One thing that Fnatic Onyx does here so well, that's why Falcons AP Red can't get a sure hold,
Kalau dikasih kosong lagi, 3-0,
is the use of their weird damage profile. Can you
Dressing.
see that?
It is weird.
Ini harus bisa matiin loy-nya dulu guys.
But just the same, it feels like they're just right clicks.
Diam-diam tuh
It
damage-nya
is.
sakit anjir.
I mean,
Tapi kan
both the way- if you're looking
apa
at it,
area
you'd be
sempit gitu ya.
surprised too, like King Kong 0-0-0,
Kayak di
but he's
Duba
quite a bit ahead
gitu.
in terms of gold against Kyle.
Jungle
It's the most
Reaper.
painful 0-0-0.
Yeah.
Reaper yang ini maksudnya yang dekat Lord Pit yang kanan kiri
And
itu.
some of the team fights really is
Itu
because
masuk
again you're
3 orang
playing
udah.
around this whole diversion,
Iya,
whether you
guys.
follow it up or not, but also the poking potential that they have, and you can see that timing
Mukanya
right
show
now.
tuh di bawah.
Did get that holy crystal, so that's available.
Digas ya.
Trying to feel out this area here for the Lord.
Kalau kelamaan digas duluan nih sama King Kong nih
Turret
anjir.
being worked on. King Kong gets that one. Wow.
Dapat.
Just
Made
by
to
merely
red
playing the
gate mahal.
map, Fnatic Onyx have gained 1,000 gold lead. There hasn't been a kill in the past
Dapat
couple
lagi nih
minutes.
anjir.
And King Kong! He's taken names, and the names of these are mid lane turret, bottom lane turret, tier 2, another diversion. Oh, I think FCAP sees this. FCAP sees this.
Well, Brusco wanted to take that wild charge shot, but not going to happen because he was slowed down.
Kenapa dia agak lain jauh ya?
Work on it still. Playing around the macro that they have, and that's what
Takut
they did.
digas kan
They were
itu.
back to the
Jauh ya?
stage.
Di
It's
bawah.
that base theory that's allowing Fnatic Onyx to do this.
Harus dikontes sih
The fact that
ini.
they just move faster and are
Mereka
able to
ngerasa
make
power mereka
faster
kalah jauh
decisions.
guys dari
That's
Empen.
what FCAP do. That allow for them to say, alright,
Nah, goldnya pun cuma beda 2.000 ya, 2.2-nya.
Constantly think about that.
Dan mereka ngerasa mereka masih bisa catch up dan menangin fight-nya.
Basis. FCAP can win these fights, no doubt.
Yep.
But FCAP are not giving them.
Apalagi ini yang mikir
Their head's
buat
gonna be on a swivel constantly for
pick up
FCAP.
Onyx
And that's
kayaknya.
the case anytime you are up against a Haiii.
Nggak kayak match tadi kan dia langsung start slotnya.
Again, one of the few players that
Mereka
does
ini
still
masih
pick up,
kayak
makes it work
nyari-nyari gitu.
80% of the time so far.
Mau push lane jauh dulu,
It's definitely an obstacle
pick up
alone, even though we
dulu
said,
gitu.
yeah, FNOC,
Kali.
despite all the games they've played up to this point, this
Ya
being
nggak ditutup guys slotnya
the
gitu
most
sama
difficult
Brusco.
they've had. Hell, even for FCAP, the Titans, the current world champions, this is also a test of how far they can go in the series.
Now 12 minutes in.
Oke, digas nih.
Glorious pathway dropped
Oh,
in.
win.
First pathway going to be dropped down. Brusco. Again, and this is what we're talking about with damage profiles. The Lord will go for a reset, not fully, but still fighting for this territory here. No team committing just yet.
The last time we saw such a beautiful lore dance was between FCAP and Black just last night. And now,
Waduh, digas terus
back
nih.
at it again.
Sama
Old
King Kong nih.
habits die hard.
Pokoknya pulang.
And Fnatic Onyx won't want to let go.
Bawahnya hancur tapi jelek anjir.
Now somehow won control of the river brush and the pixel brush. But this just means that these diversions could be more lethal. But I can just say the same for a few. Few has been cleaning out bushes so well.
Yes, they've been handling it. Good little pressure there on the bottom side, cross the map towards that tier 2 turret of FNOC. So this is what we're talking about. You know, when they play around around the fact that they're trying to get some of the
Kemana nih arahnya nih?
locked in here. Super Marco does finally get that win of nature. This is kind of what they need. They need to be able to go toe-to-toe, but also have those defensive options. Dealing with Fnatic on it.
Dipok-pokin gitu anjir sama
Still sitting
Saran.
at 0-0-0 at 13.5 minutes in. He'll grab his buffs, and then they'll give the call eventually here once they're ready to fight this out.
Who would think the last standing Slayer?
Oh, there it is!
Whoa, here we
Waduh,
go!
kena.
Charge are going to be used. Few
View-nya.
gets out as well, but Oakland won't be able to escape.
Digas dong ini.
Damage is there, and Brusco.
Rugi sih tapi.
Both roamers
Oh
going
gak ya?
down, so the
Romers
4
ya.
versus 4 Lord for the taking here. Battle spells and ultimates used up. Few and Super Marco trying to get a
Udah main
position.
flanking manja nih anjing.
From these two world-class athletes. A diversion being set up here. I want to take it.
Waduh.
It's Kyle in the bush.
Kyle's in
Anjing.
trouble. He won't be able to escape as Kelra gets the kill.
What a play guys from Logi. Diversion going to Kaltibas and
That same principle. They find Few.
They find Few. Few's gonna keep Kirk frozen in place, but Flap.
Oh, mati tuh.
He's not gonna be able to get
Cepetin
away.
dong Lordnya
But he
anjing.
does escape with a sliver of health. Still alive.
Oh my God, what is happening?
Lord's gonna be worked on. Glorious pathway to try to zone them out. Ogwin takes a couple shots and the Lord resets briefly for a second.
They're still
Super
here.
Marco might try
Mahal
to do
King Kong.
something, but King Kong will finally get it.
Diversion!
Will find Ogwin to
Mahal
cut him off,
diversionnya,
and they
anjing,
break out
anjing.
to fight in the jungle. Flap clashing down with the Infernal Pursuit, but it's not enough as it's a double for King Kong.
Mahal deh
And
bosnya.
FNOC will win that one
Permainan
decisively with
pindah-pindah
the Lord.
gaming
The
guys.
Falcons get nothing in return. About 5,000 goes ahead at 15 minutes. The patience and the execution, the conviction of the Sonics. Go ahead and get them an enhanced Lord. Joseph is cracking inside
Langsung
the
kan
Falcons
one
base.
strike push anjing.
Got the bottom base turret down.
Oh gak bisa sih,
They're still
berlima
waiting for
mereka.
Flap here to defend. They'll work on the Lord here.
Oh,
Now you saw it.
Singkong buat
FNOC doing really good. Kelra locked in. You
Dash
saw the
aja
achievement that he
berani
got.
buang fracture anjir.
Savage is back. I mean, it won't reflect in kills, but what he's done, the FCAP, he's denied.
Wah, mati
in
ini.
all engagements. Here comes Brusco.
Brusco jumped in again with a wild charge, and Flap
Prince-nya.
wants to fight it out. Super Prince already gone. Kelra moving and grooving as he picks up
Bertiga
the kill, still
Ulang
working on
support-nya.
it. And now Kirk trying to keep him at bay.
Marco!
Kelra's still alive, takes a couple shots.
Pokoknya
He's
pulang
gotta
sih.
back off though, because
Udah gak ketahan itu
wins
sama
that
Marco
fight.
tuh.
3
Anjir,
goes down for
4-0 guys.
FNOC, and now the momentum shifts for Falcons AP Brand.
King Kong.
King Kong jumping in, trying to bob and weave on out of there. The glorious pathway though.
Nggak bisa
Goes
ya.
through the wall, he'll survive.
Nih walaupun gimana pun ini Nolan
They gotta
base-nya
keep
ngerti
this
aja.
together on the defense.
A 3-for-1.
Nyari Kaltibas kah?
And
Masih bisa
Falcons
nih,
AP Brand making the most of the exchange.
Waduh.
Oh, King Kong's He shuts him down. The beast incarnate.
Anjing.
At 0-2. He goes down as well.
Mati ya tapi ya.
Drops him.
It was all part of the plan.
Mahal guys.
What a
Nggak
game
Marco
two
itu.
we have here between these
Captain
two.
kan?
The Slayer gets slain.
Nah bagus tuh,
The
Twitch
Gold
Blackpink
Leader
anjing.
made kaput. Just 1,000 gold ahead at under
Udah
17
nyeker ya?
minutes, 8-8
Udah nyeker guys.
throughout all
Per
that.
Marco.
Falcons AP Brand suffered major losses, Joseph. They don't have a top lane inhibitor. They don't have a bottom lane inhibitor.
Udah shutdown ya tapi ya.
He's gonna treat him
4-1-2 guys.
I don't know, man. If we just got a preview of that last Lord, which took quite a long time to get to. I'm not sure if it took as long as yesterday's, but it was still a hell of a mind game.
Oke, atasnya bagus,
Also approached
bawahnya
that.
bagus. Wah
The
menang.
FCAP themselves, you know,
Lordnya bakal enak
items
banget nih
are
bait-baitnya.
falling into place, but they
Antara
still have some
nanti
catch-up.
main ini lagi kan,
It's not
siapa?
what you got, it's how you use it.
King Kong
I
main
know we say that a lot, and the phrase always
Split
means
push.
nothing, but here specifically,
Split push
I'm
gaming
looking at
from
Super Marco,
King Kong will
he's
be
got a better
show
kit than Kelra.
in the
I'm looking at
second
Marco, and I think he can blast King Kong.
Turtle War.
Hell. Alright, and
Hell.
back, and back.
And back.
You saw how King Kong just popped like a pimple when Kyle got his hands on
Don't
it,
forget
right?
to follow my Twitch channel
If
guys.
somehow FCAP can find a winning position, this could
In
be a lot
Firman
of
IGN.
Oh, once
Thank you
again,
for
we
your support.
find ourselves What are we calling this now?
Okay.
Is this still the Lord Dance?
Lord Dance,
Push and pull
second
between
Lord.
both teams.
Who will
Kind of
take the
fading
Lord?
through it. They're gonna go
King
for
Kong?
it as King Kong will get the
Wow,
Lord. The
what
toss
a
up
play for
through.
King Kong.
Flap's gonna be taken out, and they go in, pressing the situation as they find Kirk and Super Prince. King Kong still getting on
I
out of
think
there, but they got the
will
Lord.
be end game
And
if
that's gonna be enough for Fnatic
they can
on Philippines
secure
for now. 2 for 1.
Super Marco first.
FCAP
Let's see
economically trading
what
up,
we're going
but
to
just the same, Fnatic on it take the Lord.
upper line.
I'll tell you now, Flap easy. This is just another day.
Okay,
in
Nathan will
He's the number
clear.
1 most damage taken on all of the league. So he's used to just throwing himself at his opponents.
He's that body bag.
Cepet banget ya.
Saying, take me, all right? Not my teammates. Take
Langsung
me.
hilang
And
ini.
that's what allowed for FCAP to take down Prince and Kirk. Now the question,
King Kong
how
secure
does FCAP make the
orange buff.
for the first time in, I'd say, 50 minutes?
Yeah.
How easy?
They have as close a lead as it gets.
This is about as close as it gets. You don't have that huge
I think
gap
both
in
is
your
balanced
organization. Just like you
between
mentioned,
Falcon and Brain
even
and
considering the items
Fnatic
that
on
you
it.
kind of look at it, you can see how much fight capability that this Falcon AP brand lineup brings to the table. Whether it's Flap throwing himself forward or Ogwin cutting them off, there's enough
Thank you for follow.
damage-wise that Fnatic on Philippines can't just
Thank you.
casually go into fight. And I feel like that's why we see this so often, where they're trying to look for different angles, they're trying to utilize the diversion, or if that's a wild charge conceal play for Brusco.
With that said, I'm taking into consideration the items, the positions on the map, what the map looks like, and there's one thing that's glaring at me.
What is it?
Why can't they catch Kelra? How can they not take down the gold standard?
I don't know, man. If you guys, you've seen the clips and the moves from him this
Is
season,
it too much work for Kyle to find it?
I think it's almost too much of a risk.
Is it impossible? He only has one.
Okay.
He barely has
Let's
a
see.
bodyguard. And I'm looking at Kirk. Like,
Super Prince will
bodyguard.
play
Put that aside,
with their
if you
version.
can take down Kelra,
They will
the face of this game changes. Maybe
search.
suddenly the Lord is that much easier for
Will
everyone to
screening.
I think
Where
look
is
at it too, aside
Super
from the fact that
Mario?
Kelra's just got
A Caltizi
micro technical
is
skills.
in
It's
bass.
just the team's lineup feels for him really well. Like you have so many options, whether that's the wall from Grok, you can also use
Sebenarnya dari
long charge. You have
Fnatic Onyx ini punya dua
same thing with the Edith sometimes.
opsi sih. Mereka mau main split push
Onboarding forward. There's so many
atau mungkin mereka mau tunggu Lord,
Kelra.
ngamanin Lord
Maybe
buat
that's part of
di
the puzzle. Like if you're Falcons AP brand, how do we actually shut them down? And I feel like they've been trying.
ya apa ya?
Even if that's utilizing the glorious
Buat permainan freelance push mereka
but they
dari
just
kuat
have a
lupa
hard
dari
time
atas
getting
bawah
through
mereka
that
bisa
front
turun
line
mid lane
first because there's so many
dikunci
options
buat
to heal for Kelra.
creepnya bisa masuk ya
That's the
misalnya.
magic word, Joseph. Breaking through the front line.
Tapi lagi-lagi dari Super Mario juga bisa di clearance yang
Red carpet.
sangat-sangat
Make like the
overpower sih.
Get that golden brick road
Oke,
up to where Kelra
ada
is.
orang di situ.
Or maybe King Kong if he's lucky. Then FCAP
Atau mau push mid lane-nya nih.
can take this Lord. Suddenly, we're not in Kansas anymore. But it's
Wah,
gonna take
blocking
magic.
damage from
Talking about
Super
magic.
Prince.
Lord just snaps back from behind the Guardian's barrier.
Super Marco-nya aman banget tuh di situ tuh.
Brusco. And I think, slowly but surely, past the 20-minute mark, King
Dipok
Kong
mulu
is
anjir.
allowing himself to be seen more now. He's not taking the flanks as often.
Yeah.
He's more willing to poke. And that might be a tempo break. See, look, that might be a tempo
Faro
break
tuh.
that FCAP might not be ready for.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and heal that up well.
Sebelum lagi ya tapi anjir.
Down bot too, and like you mentioned this, earlier, that the disadvantage
Nah,
here
pakai
for Falcons
barrier
is
gitu
they
juga bisa
don't
ngopen
have
di
the
situ
basic
ya.
turrets, but they're gonna want to force the fight. Super Prince already gonna flicker out Ogwin. Taking a couple shots.
Wah,
King Kong,
kena
though,
view-nya.
goes in, gets the passive, and Flap tries to flicker on out. Kyle's not gonna find the connection,
Brusco.
and they fire back at Brusco.
Brusco-nya nggak mati nih, muncul nih dari api Brand nih.
And they disengage. The base is gonna be worked on, but King Kong and Kyle go with
Mahal.
one. A diversion into the base. Can they get there in time? Kyle goes down. They still have the minions to
Wah,
clear
Anthony.
through. Not everybody could get
What
back
a
in
play,
time,
guys.
but Fnatic on Philippines
From King
will
Kong,
fight it
targeting
forward as they take out
you
Flap,
and
they
Super
make the
Mario.
play to take it
As
to a
down
2-0.
and there's no clearance power from Falcon everywhere.
Point. One game away from going to the grand finals. One game away from M6.
My goodness, they got a
2-0 guys.
sweep yesterday, and they're on the way here. 2-0 right now against the current
sejauh ini.
Champions Falcons AP Bren. The IQ on this team, the
Tapi
players
match
here
kali
are
ini masih bisa apa yang sedikit seimbang lah, masih 50-50 juga tadi. Dari AP Bren juga ada kesempatan lah buat menangin lane mereka, menangin jungle, buat nggak terlalu jomblang kayak di match pertama. Mungkin memang AP Bren ini tipikal yang telat panas sedikit sih.
Don't give the low yi to FNOC.
Yep.
Ya, Loyi juga sangat kunci ya. Karena dari tadi Cici kena surprise motherfucker. Pokoknya juga targetnya dari King Kong ya. Yang ke Haiii, yang ke Marco. Di rumput tengah tadi 4-0 tadi kan. Hati itu. Jago, benar-benar tuker juga ya sama Cici karena mungkin darahnya nggak penuh pada King Kong. Hal keseringan main sama Fabian nih dari Liquid ID nih. Waduh. Come on guys, one follow from one love from Indonesia to go to M6 guys. Thank you guys. One love, one follow, one love guys.
How King Kong played this Nolan compared to Kyle Easy in game 1 as well. Aside from the fact that they obviously know their
Let's go.
they know where to go, they know what to do in playing from behind scenarios. It just feels so clean most of the time. But for Falcons AP Bren, I agree. I feel like they outdid themselves with this one. I am actually not sure. Maybe it's just the pure raw power of the Suyo.
The chat room below.
But they did fight back a lot.
Yep. That's just the raw damage.
You can use bahasa.
I gotta agree with that statement.
Tagalog maybe, or English for sure.
What
Okay.
you can do in the battlefield, the folks that he can dish out, as long as he keeps it relatively close. Once it gets to the point where the items don't matter, the poke will always be there. You also have to credit Super Marco for finding farm when he can and staying bulletproof for as long as he can. But it's plays like these, divergence when the members of Falcons AP Bren are running away. Guardians barriers to set yourself up for better position in team fight. Hunting again, stuff like that comes because each member of Fnatic Onyx Philippines understands the individual assignment for no matter the situation. Brusco even had some really great wild charges. Some of the objectives won by Fnatic Onyx Philippines came from the back of Brusco being able to zone out Cici really well, stunning him at the right time, putting a wall up in front of him so he just wouldn't reach the range of his retribution. It's insane.
Actually, that's what I want to go to as well. Like, bro, King Kong took all the
Wah, teriak-teriak tuh.
and even in Lords where
They
it
scream
was
guys. Wah, katanya.
FCAP control, he also just took it behind their noses.
Red goldnya nggak kalah siapa ya. There's 1000 gold difference.
Yeah.
Not enough to
Those two lords, it looks like Cici
take down the
he just got crowd controlled at the
Fnatic Onyx.
possible time from the perspective of Fnatic Onyx Philippines and the worst possible time for them. Again, this
Loyi
is
jangan dikasih Loyi.
when you're playing an EXP laner that doesn't have backline access or dive up against a low
Mereka nggak punya playmaker dari roamer. Mereka pakainya mid lane nih. Jelas juga sebenarnya. Sama-sama gitu. Di pick up manja. Gala off window. Kena fracture mulu aja dari siapa? King Kong. Mulai kan? Gold per menitnya turun dari tadi yang 960 kayaknya jadi 820.
Like your enemy knows you use the ult. They're clocking in their minds. They're timing it down until a moment where you're vulnerable.
Yeah,
and
you'll have the in, but you won't have the out.
No out, right? And aside from the raw damage of Suyo, I also thought, you know what, FCAP are also relying so much on raw damage of Super Marco just because the Nathan does what the Nathan does. Aside from that, if you're talking like control of the map, it does feel like FNOC has it. Even though they're like not really present on the map, like in that last board fight, I knew in my bones that they were just gonna teleport to the base. maybe on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah.
They didn't really care about that. And you know what? They didn't teleport to the bottom, by the way. They teleported straight to the crystal,
Yeah.
to the base, and that was all they needed to do.
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx Philippines plays with the gusto and the bravery of newly minted professional players. Like MPL players who just made it into the MPL or who didn't even make it through MPL and hey, I'm an MPL pro now. They play with that confidence. But they play with the calculations of a veteran. It's the spirit of,
What, yeah?
"Man, I don't care, let's go for it." But in the back of their heads, their signal to say go for it comes from the fact that they've already calculated like, okay, I'm already here, he's there, he's used this ability. And it's free flow. It looks like Fnatic Onyx Philippines has solved MLBB.
It does feel like it, right? Like they're definitely looking at the map in a different way compared to the other teams, 100%. Even if they don't always win the team fights,
Yeah.
right? They don't need to win all the team fights. They just need to make it so that you at least get all the objectives.
Yeah.
You have control of the lane flow, the minion flow, and then just attack when you have like that small advantage. And most of the time, even if it's like a coin flip, FNOC does come out on top.
Yeah, and it's so tricky. How do you even start thinking of or suggesting draft adjustments?
Like how to counter that.
How to counter it when you're up against a team that it seems like no matter what heroes they end up with on the matchup, they'll make it work. They made everything
gotta
work.
bring
They
up
haven't
the
dropped the game this playoffs. It's just they solved MLBB. No other way to put it.
That's so. And if they want to prove that, we need game 3. And of course, our analysts will throw it over there.
Match point. Welcome to the analyst segment at Magandang Buhay. My name is Anyanara and I'm here to break down what happened in game number 2 between Fnatic Onyx Philippines and Falcons AP Bread. Throughout the game, there was a seesaw for both of the teams. But I think the most glaring and apparent thing that I want to point out is how much Fnatic Onyx Philippines has grown all throughout the season. We've seen them play a very aggressive game all throughout. But I think what's very special about this game is that they never force anything. When we saw the first Lord spawn, they were able to take it down
I think
the 12th minute mark.
I would like
before
to
it even evolved.
take
This
my
just goes to show how mature
foot.
they got, how respectful they got towards their opponents because they know that there might be a possibility for a comeback. And what's more important is that the Super Family seems
This video, guys,
to know
enjoy.
the roles that they need to play. Props to Brusco because he's able to cast his wild charge all throughout the game against the opponent's jungler, and Edith of Kirk was able to do his job, which led them and Super Marco to just be able to do what they do best, free hit and be able to secure the objectives. I think this is one of the most fast-paced games because of the Louis from the Super Family, Fnatic Onyx Philippines, as they bursted down the Lord. There was an instantaneous diversion play towards the back line. And this is what that Louis can offer, catching your opponent off guard. And I think this is really what makes the Super Family very special. Ine-expect na dapat to ng koponan ng Falcons AP Bren, but because of the masterful execution coming from the Super Family, it seems as if everyone is being caught off guard by what the Super Family has been doing. And again, what's most important in this case is that alam dapat ng bawat isa ang mga roles na kailangan nilang gampanan. For Super Marco, that's being for the goaltender, that's being able to do what you do best. But let's head on over more to know more with our host.
Isa na lang ang kailangan ng Fnatic Onyx Philippines para makakuha ng ticket sa M6 and the slot in the Grand Finals. And here we are, kasama natin ang Lazy Esports mula sa MDL. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Again, Sinden, tas Road Gold Lane. Again, Shizu Gold Lane. Again, Chop Skirt, Mid Lane. Again, Der, XP Lane.
Kay Kadot, Roamer.
Again, James Pangs, Roll Jungler.
Coach Pakbet, from Lazy Sports.
Coach, na-miss ka namin. Sobra. O, kamusta naman? Congratulations sa inyong championship. Kamusta naman ang post-championship nyo?
Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin kami mapaniwala na yung run namin na gano'n na magcha-champion pala kami. Pero tiwala rin talaga sa isa't isa.
Ako naniniwala ako, with you as their coach, talagang pagdating ng Grand Finals, boom! Iba na. Now, coach, actually, isigaw nyo sabay-sabay. Sinong team ang sinusuportahan nyo?
Onyx!
Onyx! Ikaw, coach. Coach, sino, like, nakakausap mo ba si Kelra?
Oo. Madalas. Kasi playoffs na yun. Chinachat ko siya minsan.
O anong sinabi mo si Kelra tungkol dito? Kasi isa na lang, makakapunta na sila sa Grand Finals, tsaka makakastep sa world stage.
Oo. Kay Kelra, siguro mas galingan niya talaga. Kasi pwedeng ito na yung season niya as a player. As a golden of Onyx
Ayun, nandun si Kelra. Sabi nga nila talaga nag-mature si Kelra. Kayo ba, are you taking lessons from your kuya? Kaya kita,
Opo.
ano yung mga nakuha? Hindi ka naman, yung mga young players dito, bigay natin to kay James Banks. Ano yung mga lesson na kinukuha mo kay kuya?
Yung nakuha ko siguro yung tapang sa paglalaro kay King. Kasi
Kay King?
Yun yung ginagamit ko para makalamang ako sa jungler ng kalaban.
At alam nyo, itong si James Banks, siya ang ating Season MVP, Finals MVP. Congratulations!
Thank you po.
So feeling mo ba someday ready ka na sa MPL?
Opo, ready na po. Abangan nyo po kami. Malay nyo, next season, makapag-MPL kami.
Baka next season. Okay, anong message mo para sa Onyx, Fanatic Onyx?
Guys, good luck sa inyo and laruin nyo lang yung laro nyo. Tapos alam ko namang matagal nyo nang hinihintay na makuha yung na yan. Kunin nyo na yan, guys. Let's go pro 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Now, we'll take a look at that. Babalik na tayo sa ating panel. Tulungan niyo ako. Panel? Pasok!
You know what I'm really loving our interviews? Just because of the fact that Bakbet and Kelra, they go way back. Bakbet, one of our most decorated pro players as well here in the MPL, in case you guys missed out. And again,
Decorated pro, even more decorated as a coach.
apparently so, MPL champion, brother. Congratulations again. And we also have Darren Kekadot. You know the roots of Darren Kekadot, right? They've been cooking it up with Onyx for a while as well. And right now, since all that is out of the way, don't forget to support the Philippine representatives as well in the IESF World Championship for 2024. Their MLB tournament run will be happening from November 12th to 15th. And the women's MLB tournament will also be taking place from November 16th to 19th. So right after this, actually, we're going to be supporting more MLB action for our own team. So make sure to mark your calendars and witness Dakas ng Pinas. Like we always say.
Yeah, our representatives for the Philippines are the members of RRQ Kaito, the MPL team that Lazy Esports defeated in the grand finals of MPL Philippines Season 4. 4-3 was another tremendous grand final show to us by MPL Philippines. But I really hope that the RRQ Kaito loss that they felt in the grand finals fuels them up and represent the Philippines in the IESF World Championship.
Yeah, knowing Coach Pao, he's already had all of this in consideration already. We miss you, Coach Pao. And of course, for MPL Arena, it's also time for that special time of the day, where we look for the guy who is going to copy the smart gameplay pose. So we're going to look for, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Onyx player here, so make sure to copy it properly. If you're watching here in Greenside, you're going to have to look for that here. And don't forget to have that thing, the green screen with your thing, and then you can win a redeemable in-game code. So let's throw it over to the MPL Arena in just a bit. Check that out. And again, make sure that you copy not just the hand poses, but also like the intensity of the face, the eyes. The eyes never lie.
Yeah, I think it's already on the smart gameplay pose. We're just not part of the party. So it's just gonna be us. Should we do our own smart gameplay poses?
What's your power gameplay pose? If you win, if you like to win, what's your own? What's a Reptar gameplay pose?
Just like that.
Isn't that from a very well-known coach?
Yeah, just like that. Just like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
up with that myself.
I heard someone named Coach Jeb does that. Anyway, if you guys know who that guy is, please comment down below.
Yeah, that's
Mine
Coach.
is like that.
That's Coach Jeb. That's different from Coach
Jeb.
Jeb.
Yeah, Coach Jeb with a J.
Yeah.
And I think just do that. That's victory. That's victory for me because they'll never know if you're crying or you're smiling.
Can't believe. Wow, that's deep, man. Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
He said that with quite hurted eyes. I'm worried for him, but you know, let's talk about it later, man.
No, I'm a little hurt because from the way things are happening,
It might be a.
it looks like a 3-0.
It looks like it.
Coach Ducky, I know you're not listening to me because you're busy right there.
Yeah.
You're not listening to me right now, but brother, you've been here. You've been here before internationally, bro. Bring us something new. But look at that. Gold standard, by the way. 6th overall. Oh, he's top 6 in kills. Just not kill participation. Kills with 1,099. Road to 1,100 here. And he passed twice already.
Wow.
Wow. Just before their match as well.
Yeah.
Just before Aurora's match. Interesting to see that.
Wise got to rack up a lot of kills in the 4, 5, I have to count. 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7 seasons that he played.
17. All right.
Well,
And that's
no
not
rest.
counting not counting the ones that he took a rest.
Yeah.
There are seasons also that he took a
Yeah,
rest.
that's what I was counting. The seasons.
You're
that he
trying to
played.
remove the seasons that he
Yeah.
rested. Right.
So
there you
in
go.
the 7 seasons that he was active, like he racked up 1,095, and then Keller just surpassed that.
And you're talking about percentages. Look at that. 90% win rate for blue side.
Ooh.
And FNOC gets it as well.
Yep.
And you know that's Suyo or Fanny's coming short.
100%. Again, I tried while you guys couldn't see us on the screen. I tried racking the permutations in my head in terms of the drafting order. I couldn't come up with a draft or little draft tweaks that would say that Faga's AP Bren definitely won this red side draft. So maybe it starts here by stealing away the Edith of Kirk. They steal the Gatot Katya from Brusco. But Brusco and Kirk, especially the young EXP laner, has one of the deepest hero pools in MPL Philippines Season 14.
Right.
Including yesterday, he has played 13 unique heroes.
Just yesterday? Or sorry, including yesterday.
Yeah, including yesterday.
I thought just yesterday. Right now, yeah. Suyo, that's impossible, right?
Yeah.
Because Suyo, obviously right now, is the prime pick. No matter what team you are, it does feel like that's a priority. But a very early Beatrix here for Kellera.
Okay. That's confidence. That's signaling from Fnatic Haunting Philippines that, yeah, we don't care. We will get our gold laner early. And not the usual power pick gold laner of the Harith, the Moskov. No, it's the Beatrix. The currently undefeated Beatrix of Kellera.
So this is like FNOC saying, we can probably take a 3-0 and we'll take it with style.
Yeah.
And with... It's like, this is a lineup that says, I don't care about my opponent.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no other way around it. If you pick these 3, you show your ace cards early on. That just means you're challenging your opponent. The gloves are off.
You know, it's this meta we're in. Yu Zhong would have slotted in so well if some other heroes just didn't rise up in the meta. Because even though, like, something like a Yu Zhong really would have messed up, like the Beatrix would have had easy backline access to the Vixana. There's so many other power picks that are just so much better. Edith being one of them that you can't just go ahead and take. Arlot even far better. So now Faga's AP Bren are forced to default onto, if I'm not mistaken, the best, should be the best hero of you this season on that Faramis, as he has a...
Maybe 2 losses, 3 losses.
Yeah, 2 losses. He's 4 out of 6.
All right, there you go. Interesting, right? This should be... If I was like Faga's AP Bren, this feels like the best pick for each role right now.
Yeah.
Specifically for Ogun and Baptiste. And Few just is icing on the cake. The question is, at this point, it does feel like it's kind of telegraphed to FNOC what they're trying to do here. Easy to ban out that alpha. We can just focus down on Kyle TZ after that as well. Super Marco's pool is actually a bit better, and right now, if you want to try to choke him out in any certain role, I think it's jungle.
Yep. Falcons AP brand still has a wide pool available. Haiii has been strangely snubbed in this series. We've seen trades of Nolan and Julio. Ling has been snubbed. Haiii has been snubbed. Julian also. Of our picks, if they want, they can actually save their jungler pick for last. But this has to be a physical damage dealing gold laner because they already have a lot of magic damage coming from their first 3 picks.
That's sort of really necessary. From the way things are happening, you either go Moskov or Clint here, and FCAP apparently will be going for Moskov.
Save the jungle pick for last. It's just gonna end up being something like a Ling or a Julian. The Haiii, because the Cho's still open here for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. They can lock in the Cho and then a really tanky EXP laner. They can default to the safest pick of Kirk's playbook, which is the Charisma. Or they can even bring out one of their numerous picks for Kirk. They can go Grok.
Let's go.
They can even still go Grok.
Kita ke draft pick.
But of course,
Game ketiga match pertama.
Of Brusco.
Match ketiga game pertama.
For
Itulah.
Pack of vengeance with that. Edith, Moskov, they're gonna cry.
It just feels like FCAP.
Oh, match pertama game ketiga guys.
To be honest, right? You leave open picks like the Hey Girl.
Well, Cici?
You're
Really?
asking for
Cici
a
main?
big engagement to come in. Here's the Julian for Kyle TZ.
Wah, mulai nih nge-troll nih.
Stellar win rate for this hero
Kan
in
main
the playoffs.
Cici anjir.
Actually, I don't think you won any. So
Terus nih main Cici anjir.
this is FCAP. I feel like trying
Okay.
to go against the odds, right?
They
Trying
has
to
picked their
opponent
5
whatever they
heroes.
want, but they're also gonna do whatever they want.
And Fnatic Onyx or Falcon every brand. Let's see. Last chance.
When
The Falcon
the
every
time
brand.
we saw them team fight, they looked like they were scared or overthinking things. They can't be anymore.
To add their
Game number 4.
It's time to just go with your instinct.
Live
Go
to
with
go.
what you know.
final
See if
upper
FCAP
bracket.
can rise to the challenge. Right now, it
As
is
there's
Falcons.
go
FNOC
to
on match point. Let's throw it over to our casters. Give this up.
winning from Fnatic Onyx or Falcon every brand can make game 4. Let's go.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
MPL Arena, mana suaranya? Yeay. Sambil makan ya guys ya. Lapar kali. Sambil makan ya.
I think here we are. Now I can get you now, man.
We were just in our heads because of how high stakes this matchup was, but now Few gets away.
Few get away, Few.
Battle Stampede, and we are in game.
Waduh, kriknya udah main ke tengah nih pagi-pagi nih anjir.
Escaping there with his life, of course. Did have to use that Purify, but this is what we're gonna have
Cici,
to see how they play this
waduh
early
main
game, but
Julian
going
ya.
for Wall Few. Very quickly taken out, but they do get King
Tukar Few
Kong
tapi ya.
back. The trade there, the 1-for-1.
King Kongnya mati,
Take
cok.
that trade 4 times out of 5. A mid laner for a jungler?
Worth.
Yes. Now, talking about this Julian up against
Udah mulai main Julian nih, serius kan nih?
it's a
Santai, santai.
match made in heaven.
Santai, mikir, santai.
Toward the top of their game. Kyle, Teasy, and King Kong. I think FCAP may have figured something out here.
Mati kah?
Oh,
Mahal.
he
Prince.
didn't want to get hit by Ogwin. Now King Kong might be on the hunt too.
Ogwin?
With Queller, but there it is.
Dikocok guys Ogwinnya guys.
The kill. Good synergy there. Good calls as well.
You can only be
Kali
in
serang.
places all at once and think of so many different positions your opponents could be.
Yeah.
And with that, I
Dikocok,
think
cok.
Falcons AP friends, the finally they're still standing here for the first early piece.
Oh.
They mean business.
You're going for Kirk. Kirk already popping that
Let's go.
vengeance too. Couple shots away. Flap going for it, but the Eternal Guard gonna cut
Oh,
the
mati
mid the
tuh.
fight.
Flap
Kirk finally
isinya.
goes down. They deal with it all.
Oke,
Flap
masih ada.
has to flick around.
Mereka udah main Faramis gini anjir. Tadi gak mau ngepick ini ya? Siapa? Valentina ya? Lalu di ban? Gak ngeliat gua. Oke, turtlenya dapat. Main lama lagi nih anjir. Kayak Moskov bindang dari Super Marco.
It might be a little messy.
It's an honest limit,
yeah.
And sometimes that's what you gotta do. Fnatic have been attacking this game, this series, from such a cerebral position, and maybe if FCAP can shock them into a game that's going at a pace that they're not ready for, maybe FCAP
Pure XP, GG.
be forced to go into game 4. But right now, barely 500 gold up, 3 minutes in. I'm scared.
Who are you scared for?
Scared for Marco. Because throughout all this mess that we were seeing in early games, killed already in 3 minutes and a half, barely. Already by 500.
Yeah, he's up, and I think you're seeing how proactive Kelro's also being, and that's been him for the most part throughout the series. Hold on again, Kyle Teasy gonna get out, the hand swords on out, but you're seeing just how much that Soul Sever does hurt from King Kong. You gotta respect it. And yeah, going back to it, Kelro's gonna have to move around the map. He's gonna continue to do that, and I think it's just a little bit maybe easier for him to go and farm up some of the lanes he has to, and which allows him to then roam quicker than, for example, Marco, because Super Marco, really hope that he lands this now throughout the series. That's the other question. Is he able to land the ones that count, basically?
Throughout the series, throughout the playoffs, yeah. It's not just Marco.
Ritmenya agak turun ya dari yang tadi ya.
Just because of the sheer game IQ, game sense, and how teams are so good at playing the map.
Tipikal main 5 nih, 5 dua-duanya.
They really adapt to it, especially when it comes to these objective takes. They look for it and they get ready to dodge.
Hero.
They go in. There's the flicker though. They want to go for the fight. FCAP.
Apa perang semua?
Vengeance out already from Kirk. Turtle less than half health here.
Terusnya sekarat pulang sih harusnya.
It's gonna go through a reset. Super Marco also getting the information he needs. Now the focus. Once again, Kelra rotating down, joining the fight. Eternal Guard gonna be dropped down on view. He could be in trouble. Still gets away. There's an explosion. King Kong will get the turtle. Spirit Destruction gonna land. Kelra.
Waduh, ke-trigger lagi itunya.
But Oakwood goes down as King Kong
Apaan ya,
picks up
Dram?
a kill and will force FCAP back.
Fnatic definitely the aggressor in that situation. Despite the early pop on Kirk's vengeance, it was all according to plan. How can they be better? They can rest easy knowing that they did get a turret up top. But just the same, Fnatic very quick to the comeback, push it down bottom, and it's the same lane I was afraid for, Joseph, this whole time. Because of what happened, what transpired in the first two
Oke lah, Kang.
Fnatic said, you know what, Kelra? Switch lanes quick.
Ciwi-ciwi nih.
Be first to rotate, because we know the top lane is going to go down quickly. Marco's not moving, and that's going to put him at still close to where Marco is. I think the fact that Marco took that turret by himself allowed for him to close that gap.
Yeah, gave him that little bump.
Makanya gitu ya, makan.
They'll still have to deal with it because you saw Kelra also just now picking up the BOD. So good little power spike here for the Beatrix once that item's locked in. And that's part of it, right? You put Super Marco in these side lanes, let him do his thing, farm up the best he can, and he's been doing that, kind of equalizing things. He's got to go ahead and just get these turrets down so that it opens things up for FCAP. Whoa! Flap.
Waduh.
I guess he just got overloaded
Ketiban guys, ketiban Lord guys.
Flap tried to take it by himself. Flap thought he could defend and save
Ketiban Lord anjir.
the major resources that FCAP is going to need when Fnatic start to play the map a little more aggressive. But look, Fnatic relentless. King Kong and
they're still going.
Blusko. Mereka main Tigreal ya, tapi ya.
Couple shots away on that tier 2. Super Marco does.
Berani banget anjir.
Time that cannon minion though. Will finish that one, so they lose at tier 2
Berani
this
banget
early
tuh
on.
surat
On the top side, and now Turtle coming up third one, last one of this game.
PT anjir.
FCAP have been getting better at blocking Fnatic Onyx early salvos. FCAP have been getting better at finding windows for aggression, but wait. It looks like the final turtle will go over to FCAP, and I guess at the cost of that hard
Falcon.
Yeah, look at this King Kong. took the orange. So that's the trade, and this is what we see often. Easy though, he knows. Might go on the hunt here. Pure destruction going to be used. Retribution also, but King Kong will be fine. Again, the Suyo is hard to catch. So many options to get out.
Maybe, what, 30, 45 degrees off? If that stun from Marco hit King Kong into a wall, may have been over for this Suyo, but now King Kong played footsies. Man, he's defending against two.
He's defending, but Cici is not going to let that orange go away for nothing. We'll finally get that revenge by
Dia tahu susah bakal dapat biru, dilepas, dikulik bawah gitu. Susah itu guys. Jiwa-jiwa publik gini kayak gue coba dulu pasti bakal mati ya. Ya sih.
That FCAP are in the same team that they faced in game 1, not in game 2.
Kalau buat kontrol dulu ya.
Getting started, they're getting warmed up, and now Cici, ever the aggressor on the Kirk. Kelra knows he can't protect Kirk, and this pushes Kirk all the way back.
Kirk will be fine. Couple shots. I mean, this is what we expect.
Golnya so-so anjir 2.500 ya.
Seeing what they can get, if they can get anything, whether that's used or not. Not too much that they can go for until this Lord is up, and that's where we see it. Both these teams, you know, they've mastered that part of the game where we see some of the best kind of back and forths between the Lord shuffle or dance or whatever we want to call it now. And both masters at the maximum decisions that they made. I mean, that's really what showcased the last game.
I'll tell you now, Joseph. If some way, somehow, Falcons AP Brand find Kelra or compromise Super Friends before this Lord goes into a full
Kalau mereka tahu mereka
point of no return.
tadi kalah buat power split push, mereka pegangin pakai mouse pop.
Brusco and Kirk positioning up, one up front, the other in the back. It's never as simple to find Kelra though. There's always a big, beefy member of FNOC next to him.
Tapi pakai di grill juga enak sih. Jika nanti kalinya bener-bener manage enhance skillnya, enhance second skill.
And all the while worrying about what King Kong's doing. Eternal Guard gonna be dropping down. Flap goes in with a flicker. They want to force the fight. Enhanced chase though. Goes in, able to find Super Friends, and Kirk falls as well. They're gonna collapse down on Brusco. He tries to get away. King Kong tries.
Anjir, King Kong.
We'll find Cici and fires off. But Super Marco
Nancep deh
gets
King
the
Kongnya guys.
double. They find 3 kills in the exchange. It's Kelra and Brusco left alive.
2 for 3. A well-fought, hard-earned...
Oh, he let out!
Marco fights Kelra! Oh, but the Filipino savage, the gold standard, flickers underneath his tier 1 in mid. And all this while, FCAP works on the Lord. Can they, though? Kyle is out of commission. He's just about to respawn. One more look. An instant replay brought to us by Infinix, that whole engage.
It looks like I'm going to look on the live cam here.
Nah, ini ya, enhance.
Again, Eternal Guard going to be dropped down. Primal Wrath going to be used, and Kelra fires off. We'll be able to find Flap. Looking for the Lord, and
dapat view anjir.
We'll be able to secure it for
View gede guys.
The implosion from Brusco. No follow-up through, and now Kirk taking the spears, but here's King Kong again, punishing Few.
Mahal King Kong.
Get the Lord though.
Falcons AP Bread looking at the big picture. They will trade anybody and everybody that's necessary to win on the map, and this gets them about a 2,000 gold lead 11 minutes in. Despite everything that's happened, Joseph, even if Fnatic on say what you will about this series, this game specifically being messier than any outing they've had in the playoffs, they're still very frugal about who they give up. It's mainly Brusco and Kirk.
King Kong nunggu Cici di bawah nih. Pasti ketemu nih.
This Lord is clear a win for FCAP.
Big shift that FCAP needed.
1v1 again.
1v1 is going to chase King Kong regenning up. Has the protection of Brusco here to help him out, so he's going to be fine. They still got to deal with the Lord, though. Also, Super Marco walking with it as he takes down the tier 2 top.
All right, because of that whole scuffle down bottom, it should be FCAP making the most of this Lord. Now another fight, King Kong!
Oh, he's not getting away from that one.
Spear
destruction going to be used. FCAP will take some turrets off it all. They know King Kong's down. Lord was already cleared up though, so their eyes are set on the base turrets here.
The hunter becomes the hunted. The slayer has been slain. King Kong out of commission for 20 seconds more as the map turns red. FCAP
Lama lagi 15 menit anjir. Level 15. Level 15 aman sih.
At 12 and a half minutes. I think this is the way you attack FNOC. You deny them the formation. You constantly apply pressure.
Sekarang udah beda 3.000 nih guys skornya.
And suddenly
Tinggalan on.
they have to play defense. They have to start protecting each other. They have to go into places where they're not comfortable going onto the offense. Because you gotta admit, Joseph, is it just me or has King Kong just been
PR-nya di Firman nih.
for the past 5 minutes? He's like, all right, you guys
Kita
just
dari Cici-nya bisa ke belakang terus
whoever's in the back.
Tidori gitu.
About a minute ago, it just stopped working.
Stopped working, and I think even what we're
Terusnya mati sendiri sih kalau Moskow-nya
adjusting, getting
kena
a little
Tidori.
more, creative, even with trying to shut that down, because they've seen it now multiple times.
Tidori means engine guys.
King Kong is really what makes him such a great jungler, but if you punish it and he's taken out of the picture, that's the biggest advantage for FCAP.
It's that unorthodox rotation that Falcons AP Bren have either practiced a million times or just in this series alone gotten used to fighting Fnatic Onyx Philippines. It's a perfect mix of them knowing how to play the game anyways and understanding on the fly what makes Fnatic Onyx.
Harus main
Because here in this same lord,
per 5 sih. Gak bisa 4-1 guys dari.
Best believe King Kong's gonna try to walk up again, but now he's taking a different angle.
Oh, they're going for that. Again, it looked like the conceal was used. Super Prince dropping down Ogwin. The shots also.
Oke, udah Netherrealm tuh.
Coming out from Kelra,
Mundur sih harusnya dari AP Brand.
Really that they could get the Netherrealm already used up. Lord here, quarter of the health, it's gonna reset.
Soft reset, Lord approaching half health. King Kong holding on, charging that Queller. Flap Teasy coming in from the angle, still has that flicker.
Still working it. Ogwin won't get the unbreakable. And
Mahal
King
King
Kong
Kong.
will get the Lord. Now still looking for the fight. And Brusco goes in with an implosion, brings them back. They
Gak ada Netherrealm guys, mereka tahu guys. Waduh, Super Prince-nya dong ketangkep anjir.
Covering fire from Kelra won't be enough as well. He's gonna shoot him down. Super Prince getting cut off from the team, and Ogwin goes down. Now it's Flap there left. Super Marco will find Super Prince. FCAP comes in swinging for the fight.
Bawahnya hancur gak tapi ya? Transfer Marco tadi.
FCAP's gonna do their best to make sure it doesn't get any further. Fnatic on it, reeling from that exchange. I'd say that's worth it, Joseph. 15 minutes in, I'd say that's worth it because look at the lanes, they're all still pushing in for Falcons AP Brand.
Pushing these lanes in. Kirk, Kelra, Brusco, Super Prince almost back up too. They're going to try to keep it together. Slapped in trouble, but look at the damage. Kirk will get pulled. He's burning, but he gets hit by Super Marco.
Super Marco gila cok.
Destruction we asked earlier.
Gendong the game guys.
Point in this game.
As if it was delivered by Apollo himself. On golden wings, Marco throws a spear that parts the Red Sea. As the red side grows ever bigger, FNOC's map has shrunk. Joseph, King Kong could not make that same play. He tried a different angle and failed to get any returns, and now FCAP are knocking down Fnatic Onyx inhibitors. Down bottom, it's gone.
It's gone to the bottom. A couple shots left there on the top, and that might look like that's all that Falcons AP Brand gets for now. But what a fight for them the past couple minutes here. Even though they lost the Lord, able to just overpower, like in terms of fighting and the way they approach the fights, utilizing the way they can jump in the back line even and split members off from Fnatic Onyx Philippines. That's what Falcons AP Brand is playing around right now.
The Lord was just but a speed bump. A liability that they could have held out for. And now this next one, a minute in, it definitely has Falcons AP Brand's name written all over it. It's getting harder and harder for Fnatic on it to find a winning position. Look, the way that they're posting up now, it looks like they're going to deny a dash.
Udah punya Immortal belum tuh? Super Prince.
Both teams were in a similar situation, even though they're 30 seconds away from this Lord to come up.
Main hero perang-perang gini ya.
Still, either of them can actually find pickoffs, and that's what we saw also earlier.
Kalau gak perang tuh gini guys. Onyx. Harus perang.
FCAP right now though, they're searching. Spear destruction used. Super Marco goes in, takes a couple shots from Kelra. Kelra will flicker in forward.
AOG!
AOG's not going to be able to find Kelro, but Flap will! Knocks him into the air, and they're going to force the fight as Kelro goes down. Even with an implosion, they have the Nether Realm and everything else as they're going to chase down. FNOC here, King Kong on the side, just watches as Brusco goes down. Full force of FCAP now makes their way to the Lord.
To be able to lore dance, you gotta make it to the dance floor. And Fnatic Onyx squad ain't all here. They compromised Kelra's positioning. They forced Brusco to play babysitter, and they just don't play well like that. FCAP scores a Lord.
Massive win for FCAP right now. These spears have just been thrown from Super Mario. They get the call to start the fight, and they make that pressure work.
Kalau Epic Brand udah nge-pushnya juga berat guys. Kayak BTR-nya itu. Pushnya gila.
Gold lead. 18 minutes in. We're at TikTok timers, folks. FNOC cannot afford pickoff.
Harusnya siapa atas? Atasnya buat Marco.
Securing his wind of nature. I can't believe they they forced that play against Keller without Marco having a wind of nature?
Yeah.
That's some marbles right there.
That is marbles right now, and the marbles in the play for FNOC. Flap's gonna jump in, takes a ton of damage. Is gonna have to go with the reset. Nether Realm gonna be used as well, but Super Marco firing off the backside. Already got multiple out from FNOC. Lord still up, healthy. Kelra on the front, trying to keep the map bay. There's AOG again. Gonna be able to find multiple
Lordnya.
but they're still working.
Masih ketahan anjir.
FCAP finds the check. Spirit Destruction already used.
Waduh, kena creep anjir, King Kong.
Together for now. They got rid of the Lord. They got rid of 2 from FCAP.
Fnatic Onyx PH still standing, holding on for dear life. Their base. Sitting at about 1/5 of its health, bodies lay across it in a beneficial trade for the Sonics. King Kong for Flap and Kyle, and suddenly the Sonics come alive. Half of the MPL arena on their feet. FCAP, their gold lead sliced in half.
Leo, we have seen FNOC do this before. Well, they have an amazing defense against the odds, and then they somehow turn the game in their favor. Even with a fully exposed base, one step at a time is what they have to do here. And yes, MPL Arena, the Sonics all stood up after that successful base defense.
Looking at the items, we're in juggle territory. Players will start to sell items
game gini aja 20 menit
in the midst of battle to be able to get advantages and active skills. So you're seeing here now, Kyle DZ, he's rocking a winner crown, so he can start to sell and buy and sell.
Mainnya jauh banget ya.
You can see as well,
Tengah lapangan anjir.
on both the front liners, the Falcons AP Brent, so that's going to come into play. Joseph, who's to say?
Masalahnya Cici juga gak bisa nge-clear guys.
FCAP did about 3
Kayak tadi edit.
Who's to say? Because they've done it, and somehow Marco has made up for all the missed SODs all weekend long.
The man's is bulletproof right now, man.
That he is. That he is. What?
And he's been doing stuff like that. That's not impressive. I don't know what is. And you know, Kelra made that risk. He when that play that we were talking about, he flickered forward. He made the play, made the choice. But FCAP responded better to it. So now they find themselves sending Super Marco up top to deal with this while the Lord's going to be worked on.
Gotta say that's risky. Again, knowing the hit rate, the batting
Oke, show tuh di atas tuh.
of an SOD in the playoffs, this has to be a play with conviction.
Belum kan? Belum digas.
Vocalize it and outright say it. We're going for the backdoor. We're going for the segue. And Marco understands that maybe I'm not ready, man. I'm just gonna join the fight. I'm better in team fighting anyways. I'm better at kills for sure in this game.
Once again, Flap's done it time and time again where he flickers forward. There is Shatter. Kirk jumping in.
Waduh, view-nya setara aja.
Gonna force them off a little bit from this Lord. They're gonna press the go signal. Flap's gonna jump.
Waduh, dapat King Kong, cok.
They're gonna disengage from the spike. AOG already landed. They're gonna go for it. Brusco goes in with the implosion.
Mahal Brusco. Mahal Brusco.
But look at the mid lane. Kyle TZ's gonna be cut off.
Mahal Brusco-nya anjing.
Run, Kyle!
They shoot him off with a base. They gotta clear the minions out.
Jadi clear gak ini?
runs into the base, but right now FNOC, they've got it together.
Mahal juga Brusco, Cok.
An extra layer of fat to stop the onslaught of FCAP's minion waves. But that was a close call. Joseph, I'm gonna tell you now, I don't think this Lord is worth the effort FNOC put into it. Yes, they denied FCAP from taking it, but wait, Kirk, what's Kirk doing?
I guess they want to fight this out. Kirk, immortality, are we going to be popping?
Kyle!
Down, and they can't keep him alive as Super Prince falls as well. Kelra and King Kong. The
Ada
only
pertukaran
left
ya?
alive as that Lord
Waduh,
finally
berat.
goes down. But
Udah diginikan guys gamenya guys.
buys them some more time in the game.
Fnatic Onyx, they're gonna have to defend against 3 waves and 5 members of FCAP while being down their silent anchors. Super Prince, 30 seconds.
Bisa sih.
30
Kali.
seconds. I don't think this is possible. We're short of a miracle for this defense to happen.
Oh, they can see if they can pull it off. You. Let's an FL clap again, jumping in. They're trying to.
Lang 5 orang lagi. Belum ada drumnya tuh.
King Kong so low, and now the base is going to be worked on, and FCAP will see the victory as they take game 3, 2-1 right now.
Backs against the wall. The final Titan refuses to fall. 3 games in, and Fnatic Onyx lose their first game all playoffs long. We're going to game 4.
Going to game 4, man. The crowd all in their seats, out of their seats here.
I want to get out of my seat. Say, let's go over to the entrance, give them the bias. Red Bull Rock Hard.
Mic. 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 Nentoy. Apa nih hanya lihat?
Seru ya kisah keluargaku. Karena ada Polytron semua rasa on.
Enak, dididik yang baik, jangan dimarah-marahin tanpa alasan. Sama jangan lupa anak nanti suruh join membership. Mas di PS sponsor ini mainnya nggak pakai emoji, itu harus pakai. Mana gua tahu anjing. Sekarang Parung kerja buat ojol. Ojol pakai parfum Indomaret aja banyak banget gitu. Kan cumannya satu tuh, habis itu kagak jadi beli sih. Kalau Oni gameplaynya lebih mirip PH atau Indo? PH. Di PH Suyo hero baru dilepas terus dari playoff pertama, nggak tahu dari MPL ID, kayaknya langganan band. Kalau dilihatnya mungkin nggak juga sih. Tapi bisa jadi iya. Berarti kalau misalnya di band tandanya tim itu nggak siap buat ngelawan Suyo guys. Orang yang link kalau abis nggak ada rekomendasi lain kan, yang mana lu nggak tahu mau gimana?
Dapat tidak siap mending di band sebenarnya.
Ya, apalagi mana?
Hadiah dulu buat kamu dari SMA Negeri 86 Jakarta juga. Oke, gimana respon kamu setelah melihat dan juga terlibat datang langsung ke venue Mall Taman Anggrek dalam keseruan acara Liga 1 Esports Nasional 2024?
Tentunya senang banget sih, jadi pengalaman banget buat aku sendiri.
Oke, pengalaman apa
juga
ya?
Iya, main game juga.
Game juga. Pengalaman apa yang kamu dapatkan?
Seru juga nontoninnya.
Seru juga nontoninnya. Baik, selamat sekali lagi buat kamu, enjoy ya deh ya. Untuk menyaksikan keseruan nanti kita masih ada 2 pertandingan lagi untuk hari ini. Boleh kembali lagi ke tempat. Ya, terima kasih.
Desila tadi ya, Desila.
Kakak Sandra ini kayaknya, oh selain yang tim deh. Yang di belakang ada mau hadiah? Yang di belakang? Boleh maju dulu dong.
Mau.
Yang
Mana?
Suaranya paling kencang mana nih? Yang suara paling kencang?
Boleh. Coba Kak.
Maju.
Diajak satu pengunjung ataupun juga teman-teman e-sports enthusiast yang mau untuk kita bagi-bagi hadiah. Boleh satu orang ke sini. Atau adanya ini kayaknya udah siap banget. Mau hadiah nggak? Mau hadiah nggak? Sini.
Mau.
Nah, dia noleh ke belakang dia.
Iya, kamu sini. Mau hadiah? Mau?
Ya
udah, ayo sini. Ayo dong, kenalan dulu. Ini adik namanya siapa?
Takut banget dari mana? Kamera?
Julio, dari mana Julio?
Ganteng.
Keren nih ya. Julio dari mana?
Udah Julian, guys.
Tinggalnya di mana? Jakarta? Apa di luar Jakarta? Jakarta. Kesini sama siapa Julio? Sama papa. Oh, lagi di atas.
Oh, dia tetap ngeliat nontonin ya. Oke, kamu main game? Main game apa? Main MPL juga.
Mobile Legends Bang.
Iya, Mobile Legends juga, makanya langsung nontonin tadi ya kakak-kakak kelas.
Banyak bocil, guys.
Kamu kelas berapa? Kelas 7. Oh, kelas 1 SMP. Oke. Kalau tadi kita udah dengerin kakak-kakak yang cantik di sini tadi bilang Liganya Indonesia, kamu harus teriakin yang kalau misalnya kita bilang e-sport Indonesia, kamu harus bilang salam e-sport, kamu harus bilang
Jaya.
oh, kata
Iya.
ya, oh, enggak, biarin dia yang bilang dari awal ya. Kamu harus mengajak semua yang ada di sini. Kita harus salam e-sport Indonesia, semuanya bilang jaya, oke?
Saya Julia ya.
Oke, silakan ya.
Kak Brian, Kakak Sandra, titipkan mikrofon.
Apalagi nih anjir.
Kamu dengan suara semangatnya. Jadi kamu teriakan salam e-sports, baru kamu teriak jaya. Siap ya? Iya, 3 kali. Bener banget. Oke. Kasih tepuk tangan dulu dong buat Julio. Julio siap ya? Oke, kalau begitu Julio silakan suara semangatnya. Oh baik, Om aja katanya. Iya, Julio nanti yang teriak jaya-jayanya. Om aja yang teriak salam e-sportnya. Nanti Julio yang teriak jaya. Oke. Kakak. Iya, kakak ya. Oke.
Gak mau dipanggil Om, guys. Anjing.
Lihat kamera itu tuh Julio ya. Salam e-sport.
Kayak cari min.
Jaya.
Woi, luar biasa tapi kurang lengkap. Tangannya Julio, tangannya. Iya, benar. Oke, luar biasa nih Julio. Calon atlet profesional e-sports Indonesia. Amin.
Between this game and game number 2 was the fact that there was no one to reach Super Marcos Moscow. I think it was in this series that King Kong kept finding him when King Kong chose to go with that Nolan. But in this case, with the Suyo, it was difficult for them to reach Super Marco because he was well protected and he has added sustainability brought on by the fact that Hugh has his leather red. We have been talking about in the draft how this lineup will be difficult to pull off if Super Marco won't be able to achieve the necessary goals. That was the win condition coming from the side of Falcons APN, and they were able to do just that. And again, to everyone who's watching out there, this is what you need to do if you have a Moscow. Ensure that you have space because at the end of the day, that will lead you to victory. That was happened in game number 3. Kaya naman, let's throw it over to our host, Mara Aquino.
All right, everybody, let's go Falcon! One more time, let's go Falcon! At kasama natin dito, Sanford. It's nice to have you here. O anong pakiramdam ngayon na nandito ka nakaupo, hindi ka nandun naglalaro?
Mas kinakabahan po ako kasi nakikita ko po yung both parts.
Hindi pa nonton, guys.
Ito pala feeling manood, sobrang hype po.
Yun nga yung sabi sa akin kanina, kinakabahan daw siya. Okay, sino ba sinusuportahan natin at bakit?
Falcon sa brand po kasi sobrang tagal ko na po sila nakasama sa international tournaments and alam ko na kaya talaga nilang i-represent yung bansa.
So sige, ngayon, 2-1 tayo. Kailangan ko ng prediction mo dito.
For me po, reverse sweep po. Falcon Save Brand 3.
Reverse sweep! Okay. Alright. Now, sino ba sa tingin mo ang magre-represent ng Pilipinas sa M6 maliban sa Falcons AP Brand?
For me, Onyx Philippines yun po. Fanatic Onyx.
So feeling mo, bababa sila, tapos mag-meet sila ulit sa Grand Finals.
Yes po.
Sige nga, sino sa tingin mo mananalo? Sa Grand Finals.
Di ko po alam pero feel ko Game 7 po.
Game 7. Ay, we all want a Game 7. Sige, ano ba ang advice na maibibigay mo sa Fanatic Onyx Philippines? Kasi feeling mo sila yung magre-represent. At ano ba ang gusto mong mensahe na sabihin sa FCAP?
Sa Fanatic Onyx po is huwag kakabahan kasi iba po talaga yung pressure sa world stage pero alam kong kaya nila. And sa Bren, feel ko, di ko na po kailangan magsabi kasi ilang beses na sila nag-champion.
Oh, paano naman itong larong to? Kasi 2-1 tayo. Feeling mo nga magiging reverse sweep. Bilang manlalaro at kilala mo na din ang Falcons AP brand, ano sa tingin mo ang kailangan nilang marinig? What would you tell them para sure ball na reverse sweep to?
Isipin lang po nila kung paano nila kami tinatalo sa Game 7.
Yan ang key. It's nice to have
So,
you here.
yeah, this
You
is-
enjoy the game. And now we're gonna go back to the panel. Tulungan mo ako. Panel?
Paso.
Paso.
Oh, that is so nice. I was legitimately touched by seeing Sanford himself right there. And you know what? These guys have been complaining about this AP brand. Guys, you've been beating us non-stop. Come on, give us a chance here. But he's here supporting them.
Yeah, I mean, if you can beat him, support him and show your love for him. I mean, I like how he did say that. It's because they've spent so many times in international tournaments together. They've represented and carried the flag of the Philippines for an entire year now, all throughout the year in international tournaments. And even though, as you mentioned, even if Sanford and TLPH have just kept losing to Falcons AP Brand at the grand finals of those international tournaments, then they still just end up respecting them.
Yeah, I mean, respect begets respect, I guess. And if you're
Respect is
FCAP,
the key.
you're probably very touched. And maybe, you know what? Sanford's right.
Yeah.
You don't really need to say much else to FCAP, but just remind them who they are, what they did, all the journeys they've been through together. Wow, this is such anime level power.
Man,
friendship
you're
thing.
making me emotional. This whole thing is making me emotional. Y'all know as a Falcons AP brand bias, what you just said just now, if I was watching anime, I'd be like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm a strong man. But strong men do cry.
But look at this.
Speaking
of men who don't cry, it's Few. I don't know if he doesn't, but I'm sure he does.
He does. He's not afraid to express his emotions, and that's healthy.
With FCAP's game number 3 win, Few has now 301 game wins. 301 games. 301 check pings.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, man, for the guy. Big salute to the captain.
That's 301 check pings at the minimum. Those were the 301 game wins that he got. And the first player in MPL PH history, not just in the franchise era, but in history, to be able to get past the 300 mark of games won.
Wow. Kind of makes you just look back, right? It makes you look back to everything that these guys have been through. And again, just going back to what happened in the game before the match started, people are like trying to reminisce, like, bro, how long has you been playing? And how difficult is it to actually stay on top of your game, on top of everyone's game here in the MPL Philippines for that amount of time? It's just really mind-boggling, right? Yeah. And it's amazing. And we are back at it again. 3 minutes into the draft, before the draft starts, we see Bulletproof Marco shine again.
Yeah.
He didn't die in that Moscow.
Yeah, looks like he was bulletproof. And, you know, I gotta look at my little bulletproof tracker here. He's actually behind.
Mungkin
He's
pengen
behind
lihat
by
Martil
one.
sih.
The most bulletproof
Match keempat.
player in the league right now is King Kong with 16 games won
Mungkin
with 0
Fanny.
deaths.
In the jungle, by the way.
In the jungle, Super Marco is there up
impressive.
there at 15. Surprisingly enough, you have 2 more members of Fnatic Onyx Philippines that are up close. Kelra with 14, Super Prince in 13. If you're wondering the numbers that I'm counting right now, again, those are the numbers of games won by the player and achieving 0 deaths while doing that.
And again, it for me, it kind of is a bit easier to pull that off and go.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have 4 people in front of you. But for King Kong, who dashes in and out of the fight,
yeah, to survive,
that's even more difficult.
Yeah, a good amount of those bulletproof games that King Kong has been able to play actually came from the era earlier this season wherein Roger was more viable. He was so slippery and he was so uncatchable when you'd be playing the Roger. But then he'd also have a good amount of that from the Ling games, the Fanny games, it's just any assassin games. Like that's how on fire King Kong has been this season, and that has to be acknowledged. But yeah, bulletproof Marco is putting up a fight. He does not want to give up.
Bulletproof Marco coming back here. I guess he just has to remind himself that I've done this before.
Yeah.
I've done this against teams that are maybe more experienced or more veteran than
Like
considering teams from international scene. On Indonesia, for instance, right? They're almost like streak scenario as well. They were almost on like a really big streak as well. Way back before M5 started. So why not?
Lo kerjain yang itu. Lo kerjain yang itu. Gue minta tolong ini. Bikin love nggak bisa. Ngerti nggak sih lo?
Super Marco is back at it.
Gue nggak ngerti.
Either way. That game.
Jadi kita harus pukul kita.
And in case you guys are wondering, here it is.
Karena udah nggak tahu.
Blue side here for FCAP. Yep. Is that really good though? Or
Yeah, of course.
How can you expect?
No, it is. Again, it's blue side is the best side of the season already. The win rate of between blue side red side is still 55-45. That is still relatively healthy compared to the 60-40 that we had at some point in the season. However, there has been
that was pre-patch.
Yeah, that's pre-patch. There actually have been some big tendencies right now on the red side that have eked out a little bit more favor towards it, especially with stealing of power picks in the first two picks, and the last pick of the red side has regained its power. Because of when you steal the power picks on the first two picks of the red side, usually those are the flexibles. The Gatotcachas, the Kalis, the Rogue EXP, Edith, exactly. It's the Rogue EXP trade. And I think that's why now I understood and we got to appreciate the draft of Falcons AP Brand in that last one a little bit better, because they went ahead and stole the power pick of Fnatic Onyx Philippines. The hero that was made for Kirk, the Edith, they took it away. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be something within the formulas of Falcons AP Brand for the drafts leading up to this game, or the drafts moving forward, that just make sure that Kurt doesn't get his Edith. But again, they'll also still need to mark out for that low E of Super Friends. Those are the two heroes that right now I feel like they shouldn't give, because they've already shown that they can counter the Tigreal. The other question is, are they ready to finally answer the Cho of Brusco?
We'll have to find out as we head into draft for game number 4. It begs us the question, right? Have Falcons AP Brand figured out the winning mojo? Have they found out how FNOC has been getting away with what seems to be like really greedy lineups? Let's see if that's gonna happen here. One thing's for sure, no Loyi for the rest of the series, in my opinion.
And Falcons AP Brand have
Game keempat match pertama.
now they're just not ready to deal with it. Are they gonna rush the Edith? Are they really? Oh.
Yeah, you called it. You ran into it, Redmar.
They're like,
editnya di ini lagi ya. Wah, tapi dapat Suyo guys.
They can go Edith, Harith, high loss if they want to, or Edith, Tigreal,
Jonathan sih.
Not gonna be too greedy in my books.
Loyinya gak dikasih ya. Chow. Ditutup Chow-nya. Udah Tigreal nih.
Available. There's no more lockdown. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
You can go for the heavy carry hard assassin as they take out the Cho.
Tigreal.
Yeah, they can go for the roamer and their assassin here. They're not gonna be going for the gold laner power pick in the Harith or the Harith is whatever.
Isi minum bener guys.
But you know what, Harith is great. Harith I think is great here for this pick. Bling and Fanny are still on my table.
Okay.
None of the above.
Yeah, it's still the Julian that they're going to be going for in the Faramis. And right away, Fnatic Onyx Philippines picks the hero that's been cursed in the eyes of many, undefeated in the hands of Super Friends, and still, at the end of the day, the counter to the Faramis, it's the E.
You know what, brother? If you ask me, it feels like the Julian's actually the guy who's cursed. I think that was the first game he won. The last one.
Yeah.
That's the first game he won all playoffs long. So, honestly, I think Eva's been winning more in playoffs.
UV, waduh mereka butuh badan sih. Badan yang bener-bener badan guys. Groknya ditutup. Tigreal mungkin satu lagi kalau misalnya mau ditutup ya.
High control, roam mid duo.
Gak mungkin Akai sih.
Take is still open for Brusco
Gak
and
mungkin
Skylos
Akai.
as well. The usual things they go for. Strong reflect.
Mereka mau mirip-mirip nih.
They pick up the Lolita because the Julian and his
Lolita.
side, the Edith and the Primal Wrath, basic attacks. Even the Ghost
Lolita boleh sih. Ya juga ya.
Like a Ghost Burst or the Pharynx, I'll have to double check.
Mungkin aku lebih ke Tigreal.
There's a lot that you can reflect as a Lolita if Brusco wanna pick up a unique hero.
Rafaela.
Good, bad here on the Rafaela because we saw this as a response to the Eve. People have said that, yo, but Rafaela is new to the Eve. No, you have that extra movement speed to help you get out of
Tigreal
the
sih.
manipulation faster. It doesn't make sense, but believe me when I say it's actually one of the
Tigreal kaca.
going into hard counters into the Eve.
Soft going into hard.
Yeah,
like
it's
I like that term.
Tigreal kaca. Rizla.
Yeah, but of
Medium
course,
soft.
Tigreal.
sure, let's go
Pasti
for,
gitu.
let's
medium well done.
Let's change our phrasing a bit and yeah, let's go for steak terms. Medium well done.
Medium well done.
Just realized the way I was saying it could
Alright.
have been taken differently, so
Oh,
let's
I
just go
love
for
this
medium
though.
well done.
Look at that Brusco picking up the Tigreal.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Is it still undefeated?
It's our default. No, it lost in the last one.
With Brusco? Oh, last
Yeah.
one is. Oh, yeah,
The
right.
last one was his tick. That lost. Open, what's
So pretty good, though.
This roll pick for Open is massive. He's out.
I will choose my own path.
Okay, interesting.
Whoa!
It's our showtime.
Okay. They go for the Claude into the Eve. They have to dive.
Alright. That's a bit of a fragile lineup here,
Claude
especially
Arlot.
with a Phobius. That's not looking pretty here.
Yeah.
Oh emang dari tadi di match up sama Pove ya? Atau lainnya kuat mungkin? Keluar dapat juga gak sih? Enggak ya? Itu paling. Saya sambil minum dulu ya.
To add more to the drama of this game, Arlon has never won against Phobius this season.
That's a hero head-to-head.
In the hero head-to-head.
Oh my goodness, no way. Good luck. I mean, all you gotta say here is good luck here for FCAP, right? I feel like they got a bit of a short end of the stick here in the draft, but I'm ready to be proven wrong here for FCAP, honestly.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. The high-stakes drama.
Let's go. Let's go, Leo and Naisu. Give us game number 4.
All the drama, all the speculation, all the anticipation come up to this point. Finally, as the tides of battle, the momentum shifted to Falcons AP Brent.
I think so, man. The crowd is feeling it as well. I am hoping for a game 5 because we know what's at stake for both the teams here. It's that grand final spot and the first ticket to Malaysia for M6, of course. And, you know, when you look at the last game here, Leo, I would say, you know, FCAP adjusted exactly how they needed to. Now, I'm wondering, with this lineup here, I don't know, man, maybe this is the Julian was a little cursed, but also the Arlot not ever winning against the Phobius.
Oh, wait, such aggression!
Flicker, are we going to use Kyle Teasy as soon as I say the curse?
Dusko?
Julian, the first to go down.
Waduh, udah sampai situ tuh anjir King Kong.
On the purple buff, they're going to keep going, pressing the situation further. A couple more flickers going to be used, and Ogwen takes a couple shots, whittled down to a sliver of health. Kirk, though, gets dragged through the wall under the turret. Good response and play from Few.
Fnatic Onyx, this is the part where you say, you don't like me when I'm angry. And what happened in game 3?
Mulai nih bener-bener manja nih, anjir.
Because they're now up to a 500 gold lead, a minute and a half in.
Yang mati Kaltizi ya?
When they say the head-to-head and the Arla hasn't won, that's when they're lane to lane. But here, Falcons even have switched it up.
Yeah.
They put the Arlo in Rome, and they put the Edith in XP. But just the same, that doesn't mean you can't do what you want to do.
Anjir main apa itu?
Good dodge. Look how delayed Kyle Teasy is right now because of that first blood that happened. You know, he's already quite delayed, and we've seen this before. Where
Main apa itu anjir?
Gets out of hand. So FCAP looking to respond. Kurt goes in, jumps in with the Infernal Pursuit, still dealing with it though. They're back themselves, able to find Flap Teasy. so they punish them even when it looks so good. FCAP does get a couple flickers out though. No Super Prince.
Pokoknya main upload ya.
Ogre knows that King Kong's back in the scene.
Jadi setup siapa?
2 minutes in. Let's talk about this dead lane. Because this is where the action
Gatot
isn't
ya?
happening.
Bukan.
Yeah, XP laners are rotating
Gatot edit ya?
into mid already. That's what warranted the action, but the gold lane is relatively quiet.
Yeah, you just let them do their thing. Meanwhile, this first turtle for the taking, they're going to jump in, force the fight. Once again, Kirk, Infernal Pursuit, right on the target, and King Kong will get the turtle. An implosion.
Enak banget ngedes-desnya ya. Rata sih.
Here, as it's a double again. King Kong this time around. FNOC gets a whole lot.
And they're giving jungle hell. He's not even done. Look, he's going to sever this purple. Take it away as early as 3 minutes.
10.000 sih langsung bedanya. 3.000 bedanya.
Yeah, look at Kyle. He's almost level 5, but he is so far behind. King Kong jumping in under the turret. Gonna get knocked into the air. Hands chains. They're still poking down. Might go for the Queller shot, but few blocks it.
He was in immortal mode. That's what kept him alive. The damage
reduction.
It's not a dead lane anymore. Kel rejoins.
He's part of the action now. He doesn't want to miss out on the party. 3K, Joseph, 3K at 3.5 minutes.
What
this
is going on?
On a beast incarnate mode for King Kong.
This is
enak banget ya orangnya. Tes manja gitu anjir.
You know, just yesterday, the way they're playing, the way they're moving.
34.
9:34.
And mind you, folks, that game wasn't perfect. Not by any means. Yeah. But it was very aggressive. They're answering brutality with unchained violence. Fnatic on it when there's a fight. Best believe they're there. This is the Irish in them coming out. They're in a fight.
They want to fight because I don't know, man.
Mereka mau kalian paham ya,
they're
gimana
still
sih?
at that match point and
Enggak kan?
they're not happy with what FCAP did to them in the previous game, and they surely want to make a statement for this one.
It's the same spot where the turtle is spawning, folks. Upper quarter, and King Kong ain't missing out on this. Currently 100% turtle take rate for the Sonics. And I think that Falcons if we read the map is like, I don't think it's worth it to fight that anymore. Maybe we just bear down on Kelra. Oh no, another attempt?
Another attempt, King Kong.
Wah, dapet Jill.
And also Kyle Cici.
Oh man.
Gak punya retry dia.
He's straight up doing the Conor McGregor walk.
He is. That's literally. That's what it reminds me of.
He's a bad boy.
I was wondering what Suyo walks like.
Oh, itu 4.000 sih bedanya.
Kyle hasn't had what? Has he maybe had one purple buff?
He's tasted maybe one. And
at this point,
that's being conservative. Like we're hoping that maybe one.
Kayak hati ini guys, Kyle Cici guys.
But maybe even none. It's possible.
It is possible. With as far behind he is, you know, 4 levels nearly. This is the best game you can have on a Suyo. Final slash though on Brusco. Goes in implosion, flicker 2, brings him back into the RWM. They're gonna fight it out. King Kong joining the fight. His eyes set on Kyle Cici, and he'll find him again and again, and looking for few as well. He doesn't care about the turret. He's looking for more. Oakland will be able to grab Super Prince, but Kelra gets the kill, and now it's Flap Cici. 3 members of FNOC. Kirk leads the charge. It's easy pickings for FNOC.
They're like sharks in open seas, and they smell blood in the water. And King Kong, the Slayer, the Beast Incarnate, keeps on pushing in.
Masih dapat retry sama dia. Kalau dapat terus rungkat guys.
Not my orange buff.
If I'm not gonna get any purples, I'm at least gonna get the orange. And right now, this one's gonna be up, so maybe he gets this one.
Retry tuh,
Talk
gak dapat
about
mulu anjing.
a huge gap to get back in, and they were only 6 minutes into the game.
Kyle Cici is at half the net worth of King Kong.
Yeah,
if King Kong wanted to, he could buy Kyle.
I love me some Kyle Cici, but I gotta say, he's basically useless right now until you get to the later portion of the game. The best thing you can do, even though you're gapped like this, is hope that you get an enhanced chain, either to peel or start a fight, but that's about as useful as he is at this portion.
He's become a utility jungler. Like that's a sad state of affairs for Falcons AP Bren. Down 5,000 gold at about 7 minutes. The last turtle spawning in the lower quarter. And I'm still looking for a way for FCAP to extend this. Top lane got pushed, bottom lane got pushed. Mid lane, they're only tier 1 left standing. And I think they all made an aggression pact. They all just put their hands in and said, we're fighting.
We are going.
We're doing this.
Might as well. That's 3 for 3 on the Turtles. The aggression played out. And knowing FNOC and knowing the way they're going to play this, they don't let up. So they have a massive lead already. All objectives pretty much taken, working on more turrets, setting themselves up for a perfect first Lord take.
Let's talk about counting your blessings, all right? Silver lining for Falcons AP Brand. Number one, Marco hasn't died. So as long as he remains bulletproof, there's a chance that maybe some way, somehow, they can come back in the late game.
Yeah.
Number two, Fuel isn't useless. Even if you are a Faramis at 1 and 3, at early game, like, oh, here we go!
How are you going to play into this? An implosion. Ogwin tries to survive, goes in, final slash, gets taken down. Still going to be working for to slap the next target. FNOC looking for more, and they'll find a few. It doesn't matter if he has another realm or not. FNOC takes everything.
The Titan Slayer rips and tears through Falcons
Tapi sebenarnya acara hari ini acara yang paling tidak saya sukai.
3 free kills down bottom underneath the tier 2, and the mid lane bites the dust.
Again, they might even guess the Holy Shields under the 9-minute mark.
They pop one down bottom.
They get the one down, a couple shots with the Queller here.
Masuk ke tengah kah? Ke golor gak sih?
No, they can still push at least the shields down.
I'm considering now really what the use of the Purify is early on. Because, sure, if they save themselves from Brusco, they save themselves from Super Prince, you still have to consider
dua kali
Jelly
geser,
in
guys.
there.
Yeah.
King Kong
Minumnya
can
hilang,
run in
Cok.
through a rogue surge. And it's just a matter of double jeopardy. Falcons
Coba dikasih jungle lagi aja. 10.000 jir, 9 menit.
what research we have left, we can't get to the late game. It's a paradox.
They're trying it again, and this is the combination, too, of just having it. Final slash going to be used on Kirk. They throw him up into the air. Kirk, as tanky as he is, he'll be able to find Kyle Teasy before he finally goes down himself. All shields, all the base turrets down. There's the implosion. Nether Realm to keep him alive the best they can, but Ogwin in trouble as Kelra picks up another, and it looks like FNOC with a 10,000 gold lead might be looking to end the game even without the Lord. Flap and Few left alive, but Fnatic Onyx is just too damn good as they'll prevail against the Titans, winning the series.
Thunder and lightning strike through the MLBB world as the Philippines lock in its first M6 representatives. Fnatic Onyx are going to the grand finals.
What a game, a last one for them. This is how you do it. This
Going to
is how you
M6 guys,
qualify
Fnatic Onyx.
for M6 in the grand finals, and they deserve that. What a heck of a season they've had.
Game 3 was for the books. It was a historic push in
Congrats,
an
Fnatic
amazing
Onyx.
tug of war between world-class athletes. Game 4 was a spanking.
It was. They were out to prove a point, man, and this is, like I said, they're so clean. This team is so good.
You watch Game 3 and you think, is this how you beat Fnatic Onyx? You watch Game 3 and is this what it takes? Right as you're trying to figure out that calculation, that theory, that solution, they play Game 4, and you can't even turn the page fast enough.
You can't. And again, our current world champions are going to take a bow here. They still have a chance to meet FNOC again in the grand finals. But man, what a story we have here.
The Slayers, true to their name. No one is mighty enough to stop nature. No one can capture lightning in the bottle, not like Coach Wynot, not like Coach Hayes has. It's been an honor to be at your service. Leo and Nice is bringing the action. On stage, Marakino is with our first M6 representatives, Fnatic Onyx Philippines, for the winner's interview.
Oke,
All right, everybody, say it with me. Go, Fnatic.
Wawancara,
Go, Fnatic.
interview.
Go. Congratulations, Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Kelra, kayo na ang unang representative ng Pilipinas sa M6 World Championship. Finally, pupunta ka sa world stage. Ano, what's going through your mind right now? What are you feeling? Because you look so calm.
Nasa isip ko ngayon focus muna ako sa finals. Ayun lang
Focus
iniisip.
muna sa Grand Finals. Pero ngayon, na sinisigaw na sa'yo, you're going to M6. You're gonna represent Philippines. How does that feel for you?
Masaya lang. Pero hindi ko kasi masyado iniisip kasi may laban pa kami.
So right now, that's not the first goal. It hasn't fully sunk in yet. Talagang napaka-importante para sa'yo ang championship para sa Season 14.
Para rin po sa sa boss namin na si Sarap.
Calra, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of your growth and we're excited to see you on the world stage. Si Brusco naman. Brusco, sabi mo sa umpisa, talagang confident ka sa kupunan mong ito and super proud ka. Ngayon, napupunta na kayo sa Grand Finals, pupunta kayo sa M6. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa kupunan mo?
Ay, Brusco nih.
Feeling ko talaga alam kong mananalo kami kasi yung lola ko nanonood sa langit parang ito yung laro to para sa kanya.
For your grandmother. And for sure,
Mahal, Brusco.
she's looking down, smiling at you, so proud of you, just like the rest of the Sonics. Let's give them a round of applause.
Kelas.
And now, it's time to announce our MVP. Let me hear some names.
Oke guys, thank you udah nonton, terima kasih.
Let me hear it once again.
Mohon maaf ya banyak salah kata, pamit
Take
dulu
a
guys.
look at the screen.
Terima kasih yang udah like, follow, share, subscribe, thank you semuanya. Sampai ketemu di nanti malam ya, kita main Naruto Shippuden.
Nanalo kayo, tumayo.
Sampai dulu guys,
Yung
terima
mommy
kasih.
and daddy mo, your mom is
Sampai dulu.
crying right now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Attendance
wabarakatuh.
simula
Bye bye guys,
day
bye bye,
one.
thank you.
Anong gusto mong sabihin sa parents
Bye
mo?
bye.